Sorry that we're a little bit late. I was long day, busy day. Was working on a video and got distracted with some stuff. But now we're here for Buried Stars. More people are going to die. I don't know why it doesn't show up right now. There we go. Yes, exactly. That's what I was working on today. Was the video about Inescapable, which also we're gonna end up continuing to stream that because I've decided that I need to figure out what the other routes are, so I can include them in the video, so that I can really go in. Class cancel. Nice. I hope your resting has been good. Also, hope you're doing well as well, Willow, and anyone else who's here who hasn't chatted yet. Uh, but yeah, the Inescapable video is currently at about almost 6,000 words, and I think the only sections so far are like I haven't even gotten into what happens in the actual route. I've gotten into what the premise of the game is and what the characters are. Highlights from that include, hold on, let me see if I can find them because I know I sent them to Puppo. Described Mia as she's the Aiba to your Date, the Kyoko to your Makoto, and the Akane to your Junpei. That is, if Aiba wasn't funny, if Kyoko wasn't smart, and if Akane didn't have at least some interesting fun facts to draw up in the capacity to form a semi-coherent plan. Harrison got his personality in general is pretty heavily dictated by the choices you make in the route you end up on, meaning he doesn't have one for the first third of the game and has an outright awful one for the remaining 2/3. Hey, Willow. And Ava's was she performs for the cameras, but I desperately wish someone had thought to give her a personality to perform that wasn't clearly written by some middle-aged dude who hates the women he sees on Instagram's explore page. Uh, for Don, it was, in other words, while his character concept is modeled after Aoi Asahina, his personality is more like Junpei Tenmyoji from Zero Escape if he was ride or die for the thin blue line. And Annika's, I said the developers are going to hell for making Annika Kirumi Tojo with a developmental disability because they wanted a maid character but didn't want her to get any ideas and somehow figured that just being incredibly ableist was a good way to achieve that because that really is just what that game... I'm still mad about what they did with Annika. That's so bad. Hi, Coaster. Yes, it's the depression mental or sanity game, I guess, kinda. But also, yeah, depression. How are you doing, Coaster? But anyways, yeah, that video is currently... That one's gonna be well over an hour long. Probably at least 15 minutes per route, depending on how bad they all get, and I'm very excited to work on it because I think I do my best work when I'm being a hater. But yeah, so just as a refresher for where we were last time with Buried Stars, hold on, I'm trying to remember actually. What happened was we got to the point where last time we had the mental breakdown and everyone died. And we managed to get past that point, which is the point where Hyasung dies. He does still die, unfortunately. Our favorite twink is gone. And at this point, we're trying to figure out who'd done it. Or at least who could have done it. I'm really hoping we can get an ending where he survives, because I think he deserves better. Wait, did it just say second? Oh yeah, second victim, because Hyasung is the second victim. I'm dumb, I forgot. And we stopped, I think... Did we stop before? We finished the conversation here. Yeah, we went through everything, we did that, and then it was just late, so we ended up quitting before we moved on. Oh, that's gonna be fun to review this. So yeah, oh fuck, this was not one that I should have left for after this. Because this was trying to keep track of where everyone was at what point. It's very specific on the time. Oh, this was not smart. Oh god, I'm so sorry to hear that, Coaster. That sucks. Alright, you know what? I mean, we did save, and we might have... I'm willing to save scum this bit, because I shouldn't have done this to myself. But I think we made everyone like us more here. Well, except for Oh no, everyone... Sail and Inahead don't like me as much, and well, Hyasung's dead, so... His status is kind of set. Everyone looked very tired. Weird hair lady, husband, glasses. Yeah, weird hair lady, husband... I don't know if we call her Grouchy Attention Doll. That's also not that wrong. And Glass... We can call Glass a stalker. I think that's better. Okay. I don't know if Oh, what do I think? Why is it always me? Logan tried to sort out his thoughts. All their stories danced around in his head. Like, the guy in 4th place, the next one to die, that's the one we should ask to figure this out. Lowered his head, found his watch blinking. Stay strong. I hope you're just ignoring my messages rather than not being in a condition to see this. Why did that... Yeah, we're getting weird texts from someone who should not have access to us. But that's a sign that our mental health is going up. Party. No one can help but nod. He needs to focus. Vagueness only creates anxiety.
우리가 다 아는 사실은 하나예요.
We all know one thing. Plug hole.
혜성이가
Yeah, I'm not sure why
화장실에서
plug hole is
누군가한테
the name.
습격을 당했다는 것.
It's a real deep throat situation there. Someone attacked Haesung.
분장실에서 제 발로 화장실까지 간 것 같고요. 먼저 분장실에서 화장실로 간 시점을 짚어볼까 해요.
Okay, so he wasn't.
좋아요.
I don't know if I agree with the premise that he was moved from there. What happened before and after Haesung disappeared? Okay. This happened before. So I think it's this one. It could be the trace. I don't know why it calls it trace. Like, I think it's supposed to be like their trail or whatever. What happened before and after he disappeared? So yeah, last time he was seen, and then I think it might actually be this one, right? Because this is the tweet that we think indicates when he died. No, I might be wrong with that.
분장실에서 혜성이를 설득하다 맞춰보면 대략 새벽 1시 25분에서 30분.
하자는 대로 안 할 걸 아니까 바로 쫓아내버렸어.
혜성이 그때까진 분장실에 있었던 거네.
Oh no, I got it wrong. It's gonna be for sure.
S면이 혜성이 글을 받아친 게
잠깐. 내가 분장실 앞에 간 게
50분이면 서혜성은 분장실에 없었어요.
언제 화장실로 갔을지 얘기하는.
Fucking Christ. Well, I thought we were indicating that that was when.
역시 잘 안 되지.
Don't patronize me like this. We're just gonna skip ahead and then oh, it won't even let me load that. Fuck, that's annoying. I guess it has to be this one? I don't know.
규혁이 형은
Yeah, we know about this one.
하자는 대로
혜성이
It was not in Hands on House sales.
형 오고 얼마 안 돼서 혜성이가 글을 올렸어요.
난 그거 보고 분장실로 갔고
글은 1시 40분에 올라왔어.
난 중앙복도 통해서 분장실 앞까지 갔어.
그동안 혜성이는 전혀 못 봤댔지.
걔가 미적거렸으면 복도에서 만났든가 적어도 뒷공문이는
I should
봤겠지.
have been smarter about that. That one should. That feels like that should have been obvious. To me, honestly, I'm just dumb.
혜성이가 분장실 뒷문을 쓴 건 아닐까?
No, because the rear door was jammed.
거긴 안 열려. 확실해.
어디가 끼었는지 꿈쩍도 안 하죠.
Oh no 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 no! That's the tremor. Because we tried to open the door and it didn't work. That rear door, and then they said we think that the door is supporting some of the building. That tremor might have been somebody going in that door, or him coming out of that door.
그럼 화장실로 가는 길은
Actually, I don't know if that
중앙복도를
really.
가로지르는 것뿐이야.
No, it looked like a whole building tremor. I don't know if that would really. Maybe.
길은 하나인데 이나나 세일이는 기척조차 못 느꼈어. 페이터 글 올렸을 때
Well, and also
혜성이
Sale went into that
벌써
back
화장실에
area.
있었던 건지도 몰라요. 그렇게 보면 혜성이가 움직인 시간이 대충 나와요. 얼추 1시 35분에서 40분 전까지.
Haesung moved. Believed to have moved from the dressing room to the restroom at 1:35 to 1:40. The last provocative comment was probably posted from the restroom. While some nodded, Ina came forward. Also possible he was killed then, and then the message was posted from his watch. I don't know. Let's check this afterward.
그 사이 중앙복도 비는 타이밍 없었나? 빠져나와 숨는다든지 할 기회.
Ina looked at Doyeon. Everyone except for Jeong used the central corridor, with the events in order. When Haesung fell silent when he was discovered, to find the moment when the central corridor could have been empty.
혜성이가 확실히 분장실에 없었던 건 우리가 혜성이를 발견한 건 새벽 2시고.
틈은 20분 정도인가?
짧진 않네. 그때 빈틈이 없었냐는 거야.
복도에 사람이 있을 땐 범인은 못 움직였겠죠. 대놓고 걸릴 테니까.
그럼 얘기를 정리해 볼게.
So the point in time when it was empty was after Sale, Jaeyoung, or Sale and Inha met up, and then
순서를
went back, found
떠올리면
Jaeyoung and
답을
left.
낼 수 있을 거야.
Everyone's whereabouts from the time Haesung disappeared. I mean, I think it's basically just this, and this, right? So, yeah, because Ina doesn't have a second trace in here, so I think it has to be this for her. Sales trace, where Jiyoung was, and this was Gaehak and Doyun. The other ones don't indicate location.
이나가 분장실 앞에 온 게 1시 40분 조금 넘어서야. 진동 일어나기 전까진 문 앞에서 조금 기다렸다고 했지.
그동안 중앙복도엔 쥐새끼 하나 없었어.
Sorry, gotta check and make sure that the recording's actually started. Okay, sorry. I'm dumb and I'm bad and I forget about that stuff. And then I worry that I've forgotten about that stuff.
세일이는 진동 끝나고 바로 분장실로 갔지. 분장실에 가서 잠깐 머물렀다고 했어.
분장실 문이 열려 있더라고요. 들어갔을 때도 닫진 않았어요. 중앙복도에 인기척은 없었고요.
내가 스텝복도로 간 타이밍이겠지.
진동 뒤에 복도가 잠시 비었지만 기척은 없었다.
문도 열어놓은 상태였으면
사실상 틈이 없었다고 봐야겠네요.
영희 누난 이때쯤 상태가 크게 나빠졌어. S승연 글을 보고서 과호흡이 올라왔다고 했지.
알리고 말고 할 사이도 없었어. 무대에서 중앙복도로 가는 문 앞 공터로 갔어.
복도로 간 건 아니지만 순서로는 세일이 다음이었죠. 누나가 없어진 걸 알고 전화한 게 1시 52분이에요. 그 전부터 공터에 계셨던 거죠.
전화는 결국 안 터졌지?
그치만 다들 곧 돌아왔으니까.
복도 나오면서 언니를 만났어. 문 앞에 있었으니까.
이 시점에서 혜성이 빼고 전부 다시 모였어. 화장실 빼고 다 확인해 본 상태로. 전화가 52분이니 늦어도 55분에는 다 모인 거지. 그럼 이렇게 돼요. 1시 40분쯤 도착한 이나가 중앙복도에 있어요. 진동이 일어나고 이나가 분장실로 들어가요. 바로 나와 스텝복도로 가죠. 직후에 세일이가 중앙복도로 왔고요. 영희 누난 얼마 뒤에 중앙복도로 가는 문 앞에 머물러 있어요. 말하자면 누나가 출구를 지키고 있던 셈이죠. 곧 이나랑 세일이가 중앙복도에서 마주쳐 무대로 오면서 누나를 만나요. 세 사람은 안으로 와 저랑 규혁이 형하고 합류했고요.
듣고 보니 틈이 거의 없잖아.
Which would indicate one of you had something to do with
이나
something.
씨랑 제가 왔다 갔다 한 때는 틈 아닌 걸로 쳐야겠죠.
범인은
And I
언제 튄 거야,
really
그럼?
think it must have been Sale because he was so fucking cagey.
화장실 도착하자마자 일치고 튀었을지도 몰라요.
다른 경우는 전부 다녀간 1시 55분 다음이야.
Also, yeah, it's possible that they just hid
다시
out in the bathroom
들어와서
until then.
서혜성 찾은 게 2시 5분 정도 틈인데.
You used the central corridor until 1:55 a.m., only 5 minutes until 2 a.m. when the body was discovered. And everyone checked every other room at that point. There were only 2 time periods when the attacker could have made an escape. First was the time when Haesung went to the restroom to the point when Inha arrived at the central corridor. Second was the time when everyone left the central corridor for the stage to the point when everyone came back.
그럼 쟤는 대체 언제 당한 거야?
화장실로 간 직후라고 생각해.
Also, it is worth remembering, Ina was the only survivor of the last round. Or of the first playthrough. Everyone else died. She managed to make it out.
확신할 수 있을까? 그동안 화장실은 아무도 안 봤는데.
현장을 봤으니까요.
I mean, the sound of a breaking mop or the sound of him crashing his head into the wall. I feel like both of these could count as, like, a loud noise. I'm gonna use the mop one because I think that's more likely.
혜성이를 공격한
Hi,
무기는
Mint.
100원짜리였어요.
I hope your assignment goes well.
두 동강이 날 정도로 세게 휘둘렀죠.
Thank you. We'll do our best to have fun under the rubble.
맞았을 때나 자루가 부러져 날아갔을 때 큰 소리가 났을
Okay, cool. That
거예요.
was right.
이렇게 현장엔 큰 소리가 날 만한 단서들이 있었어.
Hell yeah, we did so good. We're so
아무도
sane.
그 소리를 못 들었다는 건
복도에 아무도 없었을 때란 말이네.
Or
그래서
someone's
사람들이
lying.
다니기 전이라고.
소리 얘기 아니어도 일리는 있어요. 서혜성이 멀쩡했으면 가만히 이미 당했기 때문에 조용했던 거예요.
Brief silence came after Sale's remark.
화장실에 가자마자 당한 거면
페이터에 글 올린 것도 화장실에서 했을 거야.
Yes, Sale. That's inconsistent with
그러다
what we think.
습격당하고.
잠깐만.
Ina raised her hand and came forward.
페이터 보고 조금 있다가 내가 여기로 왔잖아. 그럼 내가 분장실 문 앞에서 기다릴
Oh
때
god, are you just like pretending there's another detail?
범인도 화장실에 숨어 있었단 거야?
Ina's voice trembled as she finished. Oh, okay.
아니라고 보긴 힘들어.
서혜성을 청소칸에 숨기고 기다린 건가?
그러다 전부 복도를 나간 다음 도망친 거야.
Jung quietly turned around and looked at Guy Hayek.
근데 우리 무대에서 모였다가 바로 여기로 왔잖아.
God, I can tell there's gonna be a loud noise that's gonna scare me not very long.
방마다 뒤져보다 화장실에 왔죠. 범인 비슷한 것도 못 봤어요.
우리가 다녀온 짧은 시간 동안 어디로 갈 수 있었을까? 다른 비밀 통로 같은 게 없다면
With a worried look on her face, Jung took a deep breath.
범인은
The attacker
무대
must have
어딘가에
hidden
숨은
somewhere
거야.
around the stage. Central corridor was busy between 1:40 and 1:55 a.m. In the restroom, Haesung wrote a post and got killed. The attacker ran away when no one was in the central corridor.
혜성이를 해치고 숨어 있다가
After attack,
세 사람이 돌아올 때 따라서 무대로 나왔다고요?
그게 아니면 사라져버린 걸 해명할 수가 없어.
which means they're now out at the stage.
여긴 다 뒤져봤잖아.
Oh fuck,
잠깐만.
that's terrifying for them.
만약에 범인이 무대에 있다고 하면 우리 여기 있으면 안 되는 거 아니야?
문을 잠가버리기라도 하면
무대로 가보자.
I'll turn down the volumes a little bit. Also, because whenever there's rubble and stuff happening, it ends up being real loud. Uh-oh.
놀래라. 큰일 난 줄 알았네.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't be so confident just yet, but...
다른 수작을 부리진 않은 건가?
아이씨, 진짜.
Okay, we'll say... It is a little bit curious that Ji-young was like, oh, the stage, we need to get out to the stage right now. Like, completely unrelated to what else we were saying. You know, walked up to the stage.
야! 이 미친놈아! 어디
Jesus!
숨었어? 사람 죽이고 잠수 타면 나야?
The rest of the group stared at Ina in surprise. Yeah, no kidding.
뒤에서 통수 치지 말고 맞짱 떠, 새끼야!
Oh, good God. There's no answer from the darkness beyond. So Ina's not doing too hot.
하늘로 날아갔어, 땅으로 꺼졌어. 뭐야 대체?
Ina frowned and looked into the distance.
저기 도윤이 형. 지금도 전화 안 되세요? 서혜성 구조대한테 알려줘야 될 것 같은데요.
Ask the others first.
잠깐만. 혜성이 얘기 구조대에 해야 될 것 같아요. 전화 지금 되는지 해볼게요.
형, 동네방네 얘기하고 거시게요?
Why would we keep that a secret?
왜? 문제 있어?
범인 S승연 아니면요. 이 중에 있으면요.
그렇게 생각해?
No, you want to keep people out of the loop. This isn't.
가능성을 다 열어놓고 보자면요.
Yeah, you want to cast a doubt on anybody except for yourself. I'm so certain it's Sale. If it's anyone in the group, it's Sale. Jiyoung interrupted Sale. Also, if I did it without telling them, they'd all be mad.
상황을 알려야지.
우리가 뭘 어떻게 해야 하는지도 물어봐야 돼요.
누군가한테 당한 것 같다. 그렇게 말해야 되나?
사실이 그러니.
Dan tried to call the rescue team. No signal.
안 되네. 다른 사람도 확인 좀 해주세요.
The rest of the group raised their wrists and tried to get a signal. After some time, they barely managed to call the rescue team. The intermittent voice gave them short instructions and trailed off.
뻔한 얘기였어. 당황하면 생각 못할 수도 있지.
그래도 혜성이를 저기 두라는 건
나머지를 생각해서 한 말이겠지.
일단 냅두라는데 어쩌겠어.
Provide the exact location of the body. If you're concerned about losing the body, move it near the rescue route once we determine which path is best. These were the 2 instructions from the rescue team.
그거 말고는요?
좁은 곳보다
You want to know
공터에
about the
있으래.
investigations.
심하게 갈라진 근처에는 가지 말고. 여기도 멀쩡한 데는 없지만 그나마 제일 나아. 천장 낙하물 조심하란 말도 하더라.
진짜 다 아는 얘기만 해줬네요.
Hi Tarth, thank you for the jacket redeem. Welcome in. How you doing? Learn lower his head. Also, I want somebody on Twitter, because I have the fully clothed reference sheet. Sorry, this just reminded me now that I'm in the outfit. Somebody on Twitter commented on the lewd reference sheet with my bodysuit and just said, so you're telling me this can contain that beast of a sausage is bound to malfunction, or maybe malfunctioning is the point. And I'm like, you know what, maybe I need to order that now. Your jacket, you know what, it's a nice jacket, you can have it. I have so many of them. I don't know, I saw that tweet like right before I went live and it stuck with me because I'm like, ooh, that would be good. I wish I could draw. I really do. I need to like, one of these days I would learn, or I would learn if I could afford to like justify taking the time away to do nothing but learn. But I feel like even though now I'm unemployed, I still feel like that's like not, I don't know, part of my brain is like, that's not a good use of my time. I was thinking for the hydration checked it. Like what I need is like, I need to be born rich. Like all those like wealthy Venetian kids who went on to become scientists and artists and shit because they had wealthy families who then got them in contact with wealthy patrons so they could just learn how to do science and art. Alright then, a shiny watch caught his attention.
헤이 토야.
Uh-oh. I hate to say this, but I smell something fishy here. I thought so. The timing is so peculiar. Why all of them remain silent now? They talk a lot when instructed not to do so. Yeah, the solution is always being born rich, honestly. But, like, I don't know. I wish... Also, like... As a kid, I just, like... I don't know. I remember liking drawing things as a kid, and then for whatever reason I just stopped. I think it's because I wasn't very good at it. But, like... I don't know. I wish that there was more of, like... Also, because, like, my school had art classes, but we never did that sort of thing in art class. So I never really, I guess, had a chance to learn it then. And if I learned some stuff when I was young, it would have been easier. It's like music. Anyways, Doyun found and refreshed the page. Boycott Doyun is sharing the casualty news. More casualties from the Breaking Stars accident site. Breaking news. More casualties happened. This is...
어떻게
Already?
이게 벌써-
How? Oh, wait, no, I'm
방금
reflecting on this.
연락해서 한 얘기잖아. 너무 빨라.
Damn, those leaks are coming fast in the news.
불가능한 건 아니에요. 현장 주변에서 뻗치던 기자일 거예요. 타이틀부터 뽑아서 올렸겠죠.
Yeah, like, that's what I want to learn, is like, it's like with fitness stuff. I feel like I'd be good with fitness if I could like, if it was like a group thing more often, you know? But also like, I don't know. You know what? I need one of those things like, My mom used to go to these all the time where it was like a paint night or like a wine and paint type of thing. Where like you could pay for a ticket, you'd go, they provide the art supplies, and they'd give you like, there'd be an instructor who would like guide you step by step through a painting while you just like drank wine and had fun. I need like a VTuber version of that where like I can learn how to draw my little anime twink and like do that sort of thing. That'd also be such a fun stream idea too. Can you imagine if you could, like, an artist had like a bunch of VTubers come in and like sharing their screens and stuff? That would be really cool. The problem is I don't ever want to like go to an artist and be like, hey, would you be okay with like teaching a class for a bunch of us? Because like that would be entitled of me. And I'm not an artist, so I couldn't lead something like that. But it would be really fun to do. Anyways, the more you insult me, the earlier you will be dead. Don't act rashly. I said this is a survival audition. The show must go on, or will go on. Don't respond to the troll that pretends to be the dead producer. Now it threatens to kill people. Please ignore it. Don't feed a troll. If that is true, this is so crazy. Confess to the murder? Why did they say that when someone is dead? Have you seen the latest news on the news account about more casualties? Make sure to invite me if you do, Tarth. Squad car has arrived blowing a siren. Are there any news? Someone reported the fake account? Hyasung dead? Really? Because he finished last? At that time a message came in through Messenger. What happened there? You still alive? Pull yourself together. Come on, Plughole. From Plughole, who'd been demanding answers from Doyun. Doyun didn't know how to, or how this person found his contact number or who he was. Doyun had been ignoring him, but this time he decided not to. Hey, Fine and Gabby, how are you? Welcome, welcome. How's your night been? Remember getting his senses back thanks to Pluggle's message when he was about to break down. Who are you really? I'm on your side, got me walking side to side. Not in a good mood, stop kidding around. Same here, just think of someone who's ready to help at any cost. How can I trust that? What can you do for me? Have faith in me. Faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is faith. Oops, I mean love. Don't agree to draw. For sure, have fun drawing. Fuck, so many people are gonna die. Anyway, you notice what's going on around you? Even a fireworks festival couldn't be more exciting than this. This asshole called S. Seung-yeon seems to be the main troll of the day. If S. Seung-yeon keeps running wild, he will eventually push public opinion in the wrong direction. I'll make him shut his mouth. You just give me help when I ask for it. Rude talks. He provokes others with offensive expressions. They might soon suffer a mental breakdown. What? Big 3 AM cafes. Oh my god. I used to do that for a while. I was really on a kick with peanut butter cookies, and I'd finish stream and I'd go make myself simple peanut butter cookies and then eat the whole batch of them, like, right there. It turns out peanut butter is very expensive, and also, I have no money. Doyun frowned. Buggle's tone was not that different from those who were trolling just for fun. I don't believe you. Stop bugging me. I'm gonna block your account. Wow, you're suspicious. How many times have you been ripped off in your life? Also, what kind of cupcakes are they? Hold there, I'll send you a photo. Of? Wow, we love the grinder selfie. An unrecognizable photo arrived through Messenger. Doyun realized it was a slightly blurred photo of a man. It's a bit blurry. Yeah, no kidding. It's me. A bit blurry, but I'm sure you can see my trustworthy. No, what? Take a clearer one. Who made you so skeptical? Who hurt you? Anyway, I'm gonna pick a fight with S. Seung-yeon. I'll contact again at a good time. Or contact again at a good time. You ready to help me when I ask? Cooperation. He volunteered to cooperate to remove S. Seung-yeon. It's still hard to trust him. Lowered his watch slowly. Now that Doyun thought about it, he realized it wasn't Plughole, but Doyun himself who was helping the situation. No need to play along with this kind of wordplay.
전화 계속 해보는 거야?
페이터, 엉망진창이야. S승연, 승리했다는 듯이 떠들고 있어.
Slurring her words, Jeong had a somber look on her
또
face.
새로운 상대랑 붙은 모양이야.
The others turned towards Inha.
S승연한테 작정하고 시비 터는 놈이 나왔어.
Oh yeah, Plughole, fuck her
이
up.
계정 닉네임이 뭐라고 읽는 거지? 글자가 작아가지고.
You know, do you need glasses?
그래.
Wait, no, doesn't she wear contacts?
그 홀?
Didn't turn on his watch again to check Fader. Go over here, Essingan. Otherwise, just go away. Do you really buy that? If Essingan has a clear conscience, they won't disguise their IP using VPN. An overseas IP. Red velvet. Ooh, nice. But they're delicious. The most glorious national Fader star, Hyosung So, the world's best Fader star, Essingan. Do you really, or do you still believe it? Its identity will soon be revealed. Stay tuned. Log hole 0810. 0810. I am inside the collapsed building. I don't want to tell those who can't grasp the current situation. Hyosung stayed silent. Next target is in 4th place. Doyen, reflect on your life and confess your sins. I'll start my move. My goal equals your safety equals everyone's safety. Got it?
뭘 어쩌겠다는 거야?
페이터 싸움에 신경 쓸 때가 아니야.
애쓰시면 그냥
I don't think we have time to not worry about what's happening on Fader. I do think it's possible it's the same person fighting back and forth with themselves, though. Everyone was responding differently. Essingan claimed that they were on stage. Some obviously believe that Essingan did murder Hyosung. If Essingan put up some hard evidence, or turned out to be just an internet troll, what would Doyen do next? Oh, nice. I used to have blue hair. I never did split dyes. They seemed like fun. Wow, Essingan. The rescue team made it clear there's 5 contestants and 1 floor director left, but is there someone else? Really? I understand that you just want to go along for the ride. It can't be helped. Can't you see your identity will be unveiled soon? You've gone too far. Knock it off. You'll have to take all responsibility for that. Who would believe you're at the accident site? Present the evidence, you know what I mean? Loggle was putting pressure on Essingan by demanding evidence. Hyosung went silent, but we don't know he's dead or alive, or he might be waiting for an opportunity. In the end, what Essingan said is nothing more than a collection of gossips. I thought there'd be more to Hyosung's silence, but who the heck is Essingan? Even Fader users who are easily swayed by the public opinion on the timeline were seeming to suspect Essingan, who is remaining silent, to be a fake. I am inside the accident site. I repeat that. The end is around the corner.
이건 여기잖아.
Uh-oh. That's not good. I mean, it's good to know, but... Fuck. And nobody else... Fuck. Yeah, it's hard to maintain that colored hair. Blue fades fast, and it ends up looking greasy fast. Although I usually went with pastels. Yeah, just... Okay, so what we know now is that that means that it cannot have been... Who could it have been? Because all the contestants have a watch, but only Hyosung had a watch that had a camera. And we know that Sale has a tablet, we don't know if it has a camera, and he hasn't revealed it yet, and it'd also be pretty hard to get away with, like, taking pictures with a tablet out here right now. However, what could have happened is that Hyosung took the photo, it got uploaded to the cloud because all of his photos were automatically getting up. What's that noise? Oh, I thought I heard like a beeping thing. Sorry, I get anxious when I'm playing this game because the music throws me off. Anyways, yeah, my hair, and I've been bleaching my hair pretty much constantly since like 2015, so it's remarkable it's still in my head. Also, welcome in Fossil, congrats on getting 2nd. I'm starting to feel scared. Wow, now they faked the photo, great. We don't know when the photo was taken, so bitch, it's of the collapsed stage. If the photo was not faked, that could be really shocking, but the photo alone is... I can't recognize the stage. Looks the same as we saw on TV. Real? If the photo is authentic, we should not provoke Essingan anymore to protect the people trapped inside. It's clearly a picture of the collapsed stage. Doyen felt like he was suffocating.
말이 안 되잖아.
Yeah.
우리가 지금 여기 있는데.
That makes sense. We're here right now.
아무리 봐도 여긴데.
I looked at it again. It's definitely here.
합성이라고 하기도
Definitely wasn't
힘들어.
photoshopped.
만약에
I'm not fuck. I keep on forgetting that I don't want to read over them voice acting it.
우리가 못 찾은 통로 같은 게?
There might be a hidden passage linked to the inside of the collapsed building.
그런 게 있다 쳐도 왜 혜성이를 했죠?
What the hell happened?
이걸 말이라고?
That's what I wanted to ask. It really came from... No one knows. What's the deal with the photo? Even I sent you one before. It was a bit blurry, though. Actually, that photo was taken from here. You serious? You 100% really sure about that? I'm not in the mood for jokes. Okay, give me a minute to find the best way to deal with this. Just calm down, you chicken friends. See you later. None of you should react. Everyone on Vader is waiting for an opportunity to eat you alive. The message has stopped there. Feeling confused, Doyen turned around. They all looked confused.
진짠가 봐. 진짜 저놈이 서해성을. 그럴 리가 없어. 뭔가 잘못된 거야.
다시 한번 주변을 찾아볼까요?
이해할 수가 없네. 어떻게 된 거지?
See, I think it's possible that Essingen is in the building, but also that someone else committed that killing. Now we have to clear up the confusion brought by Essingen. Listen to the others to gather clues from their reaction.
헐, 사람들을 진정시키라고? 시키지 않아도 그럴 생각이었어.
Interesting. I love this fucking game so much, you guys. It's so good. First of all, can I phone plug hole? No, it won't let me. That's boring. Can't phone Hae-sung. Let's talk to our husband. Also, there's a very good chance that we're gonna get a bad ending somewhere
워치
during
열심히
the
본다
stream.
싶더니 전화했네. 계속 보고 있는
Still
거야?
reading Fader posts?
마음이 힘들면
You feel
너무
unpleasant?
많이
Better
보지
stop
않는
reading
게
them.
좋을지도 몰라.
Oh yeah, we're gonna read Fader right after this.
아예 무시할 수도 없지. 사진 올라온 것만 봐도
출처
아무리 봐도 여기야.
그 사진 보고 다시 여길 보니까 도윤이 너도 조심해야 돼.
Oh, he's looking out for us,
그게 너무
guys.
숙이고 다니지 마.
He cares.
내가?
워치
He's a
보면서
crush.
다니니까 위에도 조심할 것 투성이야. 너까지 다치기라도 하면
그런 일 안 생기게 조심할게.
그래. 꼭이야.
Bum, bum. We can't phone more people. What's happening on Messenger? We're looking at eliminated. Oh, poor Hae-sung. Yeah, we haven't had any messages with anyone else really since then. I don't know why we haven't texted really anyone. Seems weird. Like, why phone when we could text? What's our ranking looking? Oh, we're so fucked. If it truly is based on rank, there's no way that we don't die next. I mean, we're supposed to confess our sins, and presumably we would do that through Fader. So we're gonna save really quickly. Alright, let's look on Fader. All the way down to the bottom. It's sure the judge's favorite Doyun, yeah? Even when his band came out, Doyun got all the spotlight. Commanded the attention of the judges away from his fellow bandmates ever since the preliminaries. Popularity was undeniable. Favored him. Tired of seeing Guy Hayek on the news. Aw, he's a little guy. Guy Hayek drawing even more fans. Like, again, I know I've ranted about it every time I played this. I love the way that this game handles social media. Like, social adaptation, being a stan of Guy Hayek, having his photo as their profile picture with a little heart, saying like, celebrate him drawing more fans even in this situation. He's a quiet student, so no one knew about his dad. He never mentioned him. One of the most good-looking guys during his university years. Already took some years off from school. He disappeared without saying anything to his classmates. I don't think he's actually mentioned that. I thought he joined the military. Try to contact families of survivors. Only Inha's family cannot be reached. Anyone who knows their family and friends, reporter. Only Sung Shin knows. So no one knows Inha's family. No one had a contact number for Inha's family. The media in her hometown contacted her dance crew, but even they didn't know anything about her family. Interesting. She's from Busan. Is it that difficult to find her friends or acquaintances? Who favors whom? You piss me off. Does don't have the power to edit a clip? Take off. Yeah. in his little auto ones. They're trying to get to them. It's just like it's a very precarious situation. So I think they're trying to go slowly and carefully. It seems like it must have been a pretty big stage that collapsed. So there's a lot of rubble to get through. She got dumped because of the rumor that had spread all over. She completely disappeared after that. At the time, rumor was that one of the idol group members was dating an entrepreneur and tried to get married to him. Jo Young's past resurfaced. Rumor had it that she had dated a wealthy guy so she could retire early, but it ended in failure. A photo of her walking at night was also released. That's concerning. So people blindly say everything's a rumor. That's a funny way of thinking. There is definitely evidence. The photo. That's not really evidence of... What is this evidence of? All you noobs to be stars don't know much about Jo Young Runaway. She was spotted walking the parking lot of a hotel. Since then, she lay low and suddenly announced her retirement, thus shattering her girl group. More casualties? Yeah, we saw this tweet. Saw these ones. Squad cars arrived blowing a siren. Yeah, we saw this one. Didn't see the photo, I guess. We'll soon provide you with our official statement, so please cooperate with us until then. If false information and fake news spread via fake accounts, it would deeply disturb the survivors and their families. Wusa. Our former vocalist being like, I'm not disturbed. Fuck off, Wusa. No one likes you. Makes sense to seekers and persuasive. Do something about SNN. Are you all in this together? Yeah. So, yeah, people figure out about the timing. That one's not super surprising. Jungle Penguin, why are you sharing their posts? Also, I love that Hyesung's auto tweet is like, I'm Hyesung Seo, the handsome dandy boy in this audition. Dandy boy has got to be like a translation error, because that's not a thing that anybody would say. Like, that's like how you'd call someone a slur or call someone gay in the 60s. Right? Like, actually, wait, when does that expression come from? Where does dandy boy come from? Oh wait, actually, it seems like it's actually like, because I looked up where does dandy boy come from, and the very first thing that comes up is a Quora thing about a K-pop group. Why is a man of Stray Kids called Dandy Boy? It might actually just be like a K-pop. Maybe it is like more of a K-pop thing. Boy K-pop. Yeah, a man unduly devoted to style, neatness, and fashion in dress and appearance. Interesting. Wait, what does this guy look like? Sungmin. I wonder if he really has a similar vibe to Hyesung, but I wonder if that's like a deliberate well, wait, when did he start? When did he become active? 2018? Yeah, the timeline might have lined up for that actually to be what they're specifically referencing, is like specifically that guy. Which, if so, interesting. Anyways. Also, why are you being unhinged in the Discord? Oh my, I thought Hyesung posted something. I fell for it so many times today. Why don't I just turn it off? Hyesung went silent? Yeah, we know about this. Yes, this is the photo from inside the accident site. Take the photo. That's the whole thing. Okay. There's not actually much there this time. I don't want to talk to you. We'll do you first so we can get through here. Yes, famously.
설마.
You really think Essingen did it? And where were they hiding?
있잖아.
Still, you need to calm down first. What's important now is that we're here together. Essingen or whatever can't do anything to us. Wish I could believe that. So looked around while adjusting his bag strap. As long as we don't have any internal conflict among us,
괜찮아.
that's not going to happen.
아직이에요.
You can't guarantee that.
나는
I'm trying to be positive here. We can't allow any fissures in the group. I agree with you on that.
그치만
But what if more issues arise that require our attention? Yeah, what if things happen? If that's the case, a schism might be impossible to prevent.
그럴까요?
Passages that can be utilized by someone out there.
어때?
What do you think?
그게요.
I had some hopes when we first inspected this place. I did a lot of construction here and there. But there was no passage after all. Could we have missed
혹시
could we have missed somewhere? Sale adjusted his glasses and pondered for a minute. Shortly, he raised his head and stared at Doyen.
아니요.
No, there is no such thing as a hidden passage. The rescue team also said so. It was also confirmed by the rescue team. Then I guess this is the unavoidable reality. Yeah.
그렇다고 볼 수
For some
있죠.
things, we just need to give in. It's good to have hope, but it's the reality. The rescue team even had the building plan. There's no reason for them to lie.
혹시
Just wanted to make sure of it since we did so much unplanned construction.
그거야.
Of course, I want to believe that there's another passage and that we can get through that passage. We saw that there was no such thing and it was confirmed by the rescue team. I still want to believe it. Zale shook his head. Dorian could hear him gulping.
어쩔 수 없지.
There's no such passage. Hyacinth's attacker must also be hiding somewhere away from us. They won't have the guts to come out in front of us. But if their hiding place collapses, we'll be safe. No exit. Yeah. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
도윤이 형.
The judges really liked you. Well, someone did. Honestly, I still don't know why. I thought they'd evaluate the entire band, but they focused more on individuals.
도윤이 형.
They would have recognized the band itself if the entire performance was good. Masquerade wasn't one of them. The other members weren't attractive. Clearing cleared his throat. Sale stopped for a moment but began to continue it again.
그치만
Isn't it better to remain in the show by yourself than getting eliminated with the rest of the members? Don't you have a purpose for joining the audition?
맞아.
I did have a purpose, although it didn't work out.
네?
Why? Because people are calling you a betrayer? If Singa had that in mind while shooting the show, you can't avoid it.
나는
You don't have to explain it to a staff member.
알겠어요.
I know you didn't even want to. Dale clicked his tongue and rubbed his feet against the floor. Thank you for looking at it that way.
그게요.
Might as well do some sucking up.
어?
Were you sucking up to me?
사실은
I was just speaking positively and factually. I guess you could call it that. You're such an ass kisser. We need to stick together in the face of crisis, right?
사실은
Guy Hayek's past is as vague as Ina's.
이거면
He's the son of Byung Hee Lee. Isn't that enough?
말하자면
Maybe that's why the rest of his past is unknown. Nobody knows what he did during the break.
그거야.
Guess he needed time to pull himself together. That's obvious. I'm talking about the specifics. That's where people's interests lie. What about before that? Or what kind of a student he was, things like that. I guess he lived a good life with a silver spoon in his mouth. Anyone can guess that. People want something more dramatic. For
말하자면
example, what was his life like after his father, the legendary singer, passed away? Doyen couldn't help but frown. Phil stopped himself when he saw Doyen's face. Never get used to that.
도윤이 형
Look at them now. People are ecstatic. They want to know what's going on in here.
그런 편이죠.
That's the public interest. If you get stressed out, that's your loss.
말도 안 돼요.
What a mess. I guess they were gonna find her family and relatives for better pictures. You must have been upset already.
그럴지도.
I guess there were no attention seekers around Inha. People tend to run wild in front of the camera even though they don't know a thing about the person. I guess it goes to show how nice she's been with other people? Okay, Stalker. The two stared at Ina for a minute. After observing her behavior for a bit, they looked at each other again. Ina had never talked about other people except for her crew members. Even I don't know anything about her family or friends.
그럴까요?
Is it necessary? Maybe the crew was her family and friends. Necessary? Since when did B-Stars care if it was necessary or not? Dale suddenly fell silent. He seemed confused for a moment, but his expression changed quickly.
아닌데요.
They do. In the end, the contestants are their products. If there's a story they want to shine, they exaggerate. If there's something that would damage the show, they hide it.
아시겠어요?
They market the contestants by adding a story. The problem is that they never asked for the contestants' consent.
너무 나갔어요.
I can't believe they're spreading that kind of rumor in this chaos.
대체
Why are they talking about that all of a sudden?
사실은
It was a serious accident and people began to pay more attention. It might be more than when Beloved was disbanded. Sorry for Jung to say this, but Beloved wasn't really popular. People couldn't have said that if they only knew Jung's feelings towards Beloved.
그거야.
It was a long time. People change. Memories get embellished. Do you think she still feels the same way as she did before?
어?
Do you think they're real?
아무래도요.
Only the members would know. Not much was known about the incident back then. There were only 3 facts. Jung's withdrawal from her girl group, the disbandment of the group, and the bankruptcy of her former agency. Sel frowned and shook his head. Leon unknowingly let out a sigh.
그럼
Then how should we respond to that? We can't respond to anything right now. We should just keep quiet. Whether we sue them or fight them online, we need to get out of here first. What would you do if we suddenly lose signal while arguing on Fader? Things would get really tricky. Whether it's true or not isn't important. What matters now is who throws the last punch. I think Ji-young is smart for doing nothing. And the timing of it all.
서해상.
Haesung countered S-Seon's forewarning, and that's what happened.
글쎄.
Do you think that they're interconnected?
그럴지도.
It could be a coincidence, of course. Dale shook his head.
그 말은
Then Haesung was attacked by someone in here. That means S-Seon also uploaded photos by utilizing their own method. We can't even handle one suspicion, but now we have to deal with two. Okay, I do think that it is still possible that they aren't in the building. Haesung's photos were just uploaded, and that's what S-Seon was using to get some more details. Actually, I wonder if before we found the body, he was contacted by S-Seon, posing S-Seon, so that he would take those photos, and then she killed him not because he was in last place, but because then no one would know how he got the photos. His hands that were clenching at the bag strap turned pale.
그게
The information we have is fragmentary. When the investigation begins later, there could be an explanation for this whole thing. Investigation. Zale trembled after biting his lower lip. Oh, he didn't quiver?
괜찮아?
Zale, are you okay?
네.
Yes, I'm fine. I wish we could settle this while in here instead of taking it outside. Even if we settle it, what can we do?
맞아요.
You're right. The only thing we can do is remain calm and survive. I will say, after Zale died in the first playthrough, there were no more tweets from S-Seon, although that might just be because we went insane and didn't look. Yeah, she's not having a good time right now.
그럴싸해.
No denying it. What we see here is the proof.
아니야?
It's the photo of this place, the collapsed stage. I enlarged it, I shrunk it, I tried everything. Ina opened the fader page and looked into the photo again. Under her knitted brows, her blue eyes turned dark. This photo is real.
맞아.
It's clear the photo couldn't have been fabricated.
진짜야?
If the photo is real, it means their threat is not a joke. S-Seon is here somewhere, and when we moved about, they found an opportunity to... Not everything can be taken at face value. Why would Seon... Yeah.
아닌 것 같아.
We can't take their word for it. It's strange they would upload the photo to reveal their whereabouts.
들어봐봐.
That's because we've been calling them a liar all this time. But then they're more likely to be found out without much of a clue. Maybe they began to realize that their words were losing credibility. Ina felt upset, so she took a deep breath.
그래.
Yeah, no point in arguing with you. I prefer that theory rather than being trapped together with a psychopath.
그래도
We shouldn't let our guard down, though. We need to stick together no matter
그래.
what. You're right. They can't get us as long as we're together. Even if someone else comes out other than S-Seon, nothing changes.
맞아.
That's it. Shouldn't give him another chance. Ina looked around the stage with a worried look on her face.
어쨌든
What we know for certain is that Haesung was murdered by someone. And S-Seon said that you were the next target, Doyun. Ina gulped and patted his arm. Don't worry, you have people around you. Yeah, the photo of the scene couldn't have been fabricated. Hidden passage.
그래도
I think it's possible, though. Sure, Buster. You think there might be a hidden passage? Ina rubbed her forehead again. She raised her head, raised her head again to face Doyun again. A lot of agains in that. More like wishful thinking, though. I wish there was one.
그러면
We could exit through the passage and be saved. But to be realistic, I doubt its existence.
정리하면
What I'm saying is I'm just imagining all kinds of possibilities.
나는
Same here. I'm afraid I might have given up too early when there is much more to explore and discover.
그런 거야?
You're also full of crazy thoughts just like me. Ina blurted out and surveyed the surroundings. If there's no other passage, how are we going to explain S-Seon? Let's talk about the focus.
그러면
Should we rather talk about B-stars? Like how Doyun was loved by all the judges?
그랬어.
That favor lasted until the preliminaries. Why? It wasn't that bad in the finals either. I know it's been controversial, but you still made it to the top 5.
그래도
Good or bad, they did shed light on me often. That doesn't mean you're thriving on the show, okay? And stop talking and leered at Doyun.
혹시
By all means, are you expecting any warm consolation from me?
그런
From you? I'm not insane yet.
왜 그래?
I'll be honest. I'm good at comforting people.
어?
Since when?
왜?
As of now?
그렇지?
I guess it is comforting to chit-chat like this.
그거지.
I told you! So who's good at comforting people? I practically gave you the answer. What's your answer? I like her. She's fun.
아니야?
You probably took a break after leaving school, no?
그땐
He didn't tell me anything about it. It overlaps with the scholarship topic Essingan mentioned, though. Probably wrote the post to support Essingan's claim. Despite the wealth, he snatched someone else's scholarship opportunity and took time off from school shortly.
맞아.
Yes, that's how they want to put things out. Ina nodded with her arms crossed. Ah, jaw hurts. If you super simplify the story, it sounds like it.
Hmm?
Hey, Mint. Yeah, I love. Oh, it is very, very pretty. I've been using it for the. Wait, hold on, I can put it in here. So I feel like people who watch just on the stream don't see the VoD thumbnails, but I ended up using them for, or use like their promo image for this one, and I love it so much. Also, how you doing, Mint? This is, it's gonna be very small, but I can size it up. Like, again, I'm biased. I fucking love Hyesung, and I'm really upset that he's gone too, because he's very pretty. If I said this before, if and hopefully when I eventually get a 2.0, I want to have his haircut for it, because it's, I love it. And the hair color, it's all, the design is so good all around. I love this game so much. Very tired due to college work. Aww. I hope it was at least good work. I hope the college went well, even if you're tired at the end of it. Super simplify?
말하자면
Yeah, erasing all the details and context with intent to portray a story in a certain way.
혹시
Are you asking because you really don't know?
Hmm.
Yeah, crystal clear now. In a way, you are also turned into a betrayer if your story is super simplified. Do you see where I'm getting at? Darren unknowingly bit his lip.
그건
Since I'm on the show, I can't avoid it. Portraying me in a way that fits with the show's theme, that's the same thing as ill-intentioned edits.
그럴싸해.
Oh, that sounds right. Maybe it is inevitable for us.
뭐야 진짜?
Is this something I should be proud of? Why would they look into my friends and family?
아무래도
I think they've gotten as far as your crew members. It's not like I'm already dead. Ina bit her lips, her face turned red.
으이 진짜.
Don't make a fuss about it again. My goodness, we can't even contact your family or friends. They thought they'd figured out how to contact your family and friends if they kept digging. Or they thought they'd figure it out. I guess your crew members know how to keep quiet.
짓이야.
I think they found nothing interesting. Because they don't know either. Being close doesn't mean necessarily knowing everything. She's gonna say they weren't close.
그래도
They don't have to know everything just because you guys are close. How much you open up about yourself or open up yourself to others is a very personal choice. Oh, never mind, that works.
그거지.
Exactly. It's not like you have to know about every personal matter. My crew members are too busy practicing to ask annoying questions. That's the modern social relationship, right?
어쨌든
I really like my crew members. They accepted me into their family when my self-confidence hit rock bottom. Even after joining B-Stars, they continue to cheer for me.
말하자면
My crew is my home, so to speak. Wick. I guess Wick must be the name of the crew. I even wrote Dance Crew's studio as my official address when filling out the B-Stars application form.
그래도
Still, I didn't completely open myself up to them. It's not like I have to, right?
그래.
Yeah, that depends. I lived quietly until joining the audition. That's all there is to it, and I don't want others to know about my life. After grumbling for a while, Ina closed her eyes. Then how dare they mess with my crew? If they have questions, they can ask me when I get out. Oh, this reminds me actually, the dance crew thing. I got another piece of art back the other day. Wait, I don't know if I don't have it downloaded, I don't think, on here. Oh, never mind, I probably can't show it right now. I should download that art though. It was in a dance outfit for Dance Central. I have a couple pieces of art from that, technically. Anyways, sorry. I thought I had art to show, but I do not. Back to the game. And then the rumor about Jiyoung's band.
말이 돼?
Jiyoung would never do that. Her past rumor has resurfaced again. It died out when it first came out because it was such nonsense, so why bring it up again? Ina raised her eyebrows. She clicked her tongue while tapping on her watch screen. And they talked about it as they see it out there, but we know, right?
완전 아니야.
She's far from doing such a thing.
혹시
We need to make sure the rumor doesn't bother her. I wish she'd forget about this nonsense. But I guess it won't be easy. Ina suddenly looked troubled. They probably made an issue out of it because they thought it might actually work. That's one ill-intentioned malicious rumor. Timing.
헐.
It creeps me out when I think about the perfect timing. At
그랬지.
2 a.m.
그러니까
Exactly at the time forewarned. Ina disheveled the side of her hair with her hand. She glanced at Doyeon hesitantly.
그러면
I guess Essingen is the attacker, right? If we just peg them as the attacker, it'd make things much easier for us. Cannot relax yet, though. Because she's anxious about it, and it won't help us if we're not. But that's still not a complete solution. We don't know where they're hiding or how they managed to escape. Oh, okay, never mind.
아니야.
It's not the truth we want right now. We can barely pull ourselves together. Ina hunched her shoulders with a confused look on her face.
어쨌든
Anyhow, the timing was too perfect to disregard it as a wild guess. Making things more vague won't help us. This is not a mission we have to solve anyway. Yeah. I mean, it'd be a pretty wild coincidence. Guy Hayek. Let's talk about the photo.
대체
What do you think happened regarding the photos? I don't know. Maybe Essingen really is in here somewhere.
나도야.
I checked several times to make sure it wasn't fabricated. It's clearly a photo of the collapsed stage.
알잖아.
People out there could argue about its authenticity, but we can tell for sure. How can we not know? Hayek slowly rubbed his chin with his hand.
그래도
But if they're in here, there's no way they can hide from us. Maybe they had a chance to escape from this place. Like how we recapped earlier?
만약에
That is, if they're really in here. Hayek surveys the wreckage. Soon he sighed and turned back to Doyeon.
하여튼
I don't know about the other things, but it's clearly a photo of this place. Regardless of the authenticity of Essingen's arguments, if things have gotten this far, we can't keep ignoring their claim.
글쎄
The passage we're not aware of.
혹시
What do you think? Can we say it doesn't exist for certain? Dayan tilted his head at Hayek's remark. But we haven't checked any areas that looked risky. You heard it too. They often carried out unlicensed construction in here.
그래서
I guess that's why the stage collapsed. Dayan spoke under his breath after taking a look around the place. Hayek also mumbled something to himself. Maybe we just want to believe that someone or something is in here. Can't abruptly deny the possibility.
글쎄.
We can't conclude there's no passage yet. Haisung's attacker is out of our radar though.
그랬지.
It cannot be a perfect crime. There must be a clue. Hayek looked around while fiddling with his watch.
어쨌든
Whatsoever, I'm not ready to give up on that possibility.
맞아.
I agree. I want to get out of here as soon as possible.
어쩌면
Maybe there was a passage, but it disappeared. We looked everywhere, but there was only concrete wreckage. If we see anything that could be used as a passage, we should check it. Regardless of what awaits there. That's not like a new card for us to converse with the others. Just say talk.
어떻게
Why would they bring that up now?
도윤아
Doyeon, are you okay?
음.
Yeah, it's nothing new. I thought we were being filmed together, but when I watched it later, I was the only one on screen. I'm not sure if that's how they shot it in the first place or was edited that way. Doyeon unknowingly sagged his shoulders. Seeing that, Hayek fiddled with his tie knot.
그게
The judges were very fond of you. It was natural for them to mostly focus on you for the TV portion. I'm not sure which one would be the right one. It's not that I asked for it.
아니었어.
I never wanted that to happen. It triggered all kinds of other rumors. Oh hell yeah.
솔직히
I'm sure everyone knew the truth. You just stood out the most.
뭐랄까
But the aftermath is... Judges' positive comments, different amounts of running time on TV. There were more attacks on him as if he were if they were the reaction of it.
그치만
You weren't responsible of all the things that happened to you in your band.
글쎄.
You really say I wasn't responsible at all? It'll only poison you if you let them get to you. I'd rather not think about that at this time. I patted Doyeon on his shoulder. Our current goal is to get out of here in one piece. Yeah, let's talk about your disappearance. It came out at some odd timing. I literally hid from the world after my father died.
솔직히
I just wanted to drop everything and let things take their course.
그랬지.
I used to study really hard in school, but as I felt demotivated, I just left. I had grown quietly. For a while, I got calls from many different people.
Huh?
About your father?
그렇지.
About paying tribute to him. But most of them approached me out of curiosity, for fun, or to take advantage of me. That's why I ran away, rather, because I couldn't handle them. Gaiayak smiled bitterly as if something came to mind. Beastars used my past to turn me into an enigmatic someone. We couldn't resist the flow.
그랬어.
And we couldn't refuse the roles. We've actually made it to the finals thanks to them. I didn't think that would work.
그래.
Yes, I'd be lying if I said I could have made it here even without them. Just like a basic template, we were given images to show the audience so easily from the beginning.
그렇다는 건
Unlike the time you disappeared from the world, you're showing firm resolve this time.
그렇지.
Might have lived my whole life meaninglessly if I didn't change my mind back then. Gaihayak quietly stared at Doyen. After a brief silence, Gaihayak spoke again.
그리고
So I came to Beastars, and I haven't been myself ever since. I didn't know what I was wanting when that's the most important thing in the world.
뭐랄까.
Everything was different from what I had expected ever since joining this show.
그건
It's still the same. Gaihayak nodded quietly. Yes, we are on a really unpredictable, foggy path. Last one we're gonna have to talk to is
그건
Jiyoung. It's pretty obvious.
대체
Why do people look for her family when they don't even know anything about?
그렇다면
I guess they wanted to dig up some dirt, but eventually failed. There must be a reason for not revealing it. They call that an issue? They seriously need to know when to give up. Doyen's gaze turned back to Ina standing on the other side. Ina was looking at the watch screen and her face looked pale.
혹시
Do you think Ina saw the post as well?
아마도
Some people must have delivered it to her whether she liked it or not. I hope she doesn't break down and cry.
그래도
I think Ina can handle that.
아니
Gaihayak, you'd be surprised to know she's softer than she looks. Gaihayak glanced at Doyen after quietly listening to him. Like you?
그래.
In some aspects, she's way softer than I am. That's no good. We should observe Inha as well.
왜?
They are no different from S. Sung-yeon. How can they say that when she's in no condition to respond to that? I gulped.
그래서
Maybe that's why they've been making such a fuss.
그럴지도.
Can't deny that. Jiyoung was always good at getting herself out of trouble.
나는
I thought it came from her experiences.
그치만
Still, it doesn't mean she's not hurt. The two of them gazed at Jiyoung with worried looks on their faces. Gaihayak lowered his gaze shortly.
하여튼
The situation is giving her enough stress already. If anything adds up,
맞아.
we shouldn't lose her out of sight, just like before. Gaihayak nodded after turning to look at Jiyoung again. Right. It won't happen twice. Yeah, and then the timing.
설마
Do you really think S. Sung-yeon's response was really a forewarning?
아무래도
If we only take the outcome into account, it does look like a meaningful forewarning.
혹시
Do you think it was a coincidence? I'm not sure which is the case. Doyen buried his head in one hand. Gaihayak stared at Doyen with a worried look on his face.
도윤아
Yeah, don't think too much. Oh, after what happened to Hyesung,
어쨌든
we need to endure this until the rescue team arrives. As long as we stick together, no one can hurt us. Everyone must be confused dealing with this in their own way. If one of us breaks down, it'll affect everyone else. That's, true. You killed yourself last time I broke down. Doyen raised his head and stared at Gaihayak. Their eyes met. The troubled-looking Gaihayak's face was real. I know that. I'm just a little confused.
나도야.
Of course. You're not the only one. But we need to pull ourselves together. I feel like my voice has gotten scratchy over the course of the day, so I don't know if I can do the voice that I was trying to do for Jiyoung, which I know is not like a dramatic voice. I'm not able to pull out all the stops because I'm not a good voice actor. But I was trying to do something like higher pitched and breathy for her.
근데
There must be a way to upload the photo. Hi, Eliodoro-san. Welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow. I don't think the sound alert played, but thank you, thank you. Wait, our sound alert? Wait. I didn't hide sound alerts, did I? Hold on, let me just make sure that's actually working. Give me a second. Yes, welcome in. How are you doing? How have you been? What's the alert box? That's the one. Hold on. Let me test it for a follow really quick and see if it is working.
You're easily impressed.
Oh, it is? Oh, weird. Anyways. Yes, thank you for the follow. I'm doing okay. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Also, I hope you're having a good morning. What's happening here? Why do I keep getting... God, every time I tab out, there's so many notifications. Wait, what is happening? Oh. Okay, it's just bots. Never mind, I can just ignore that, sorry. I'm being a bad streamer, I'm sorry. Singyeon's photo. It's this place without a doubt.
그러면
If that's true, when do you think they took the photo?
모르겠어.
I don't know. It's not like we can inspect the metadata from here. Metadata?
어?
You don't know? All digital photos have it. Jung scratched her ear after seeing Doyun's face. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Want from the registration data?
그래.
So to speak, yes. By seeing it, we can figure out when and with what the photo was taken. Can't you check it with our watch? You can't see that much detail in the watch's viewer. What if you ask other Fader users?
혹시
Can't we ask other Fader users out there? Might be possible for desktop users, though.
안 되겠어.
You don't know anything, do you? When a photo gets transferred, it loses the metadata. Oh, so the photo uploaded on Fader doesn't have the data. The awkward Doyoung clicked his tongue. Doyoung continued while looking down at her watch. The same thing happens when you send it through Messenger.
결국
So what we need is the original file from the person who took the photo.
그런가요?
Sungyeon would never reveal that.
그렇지.
Very unlikely. But we can't let them keep fooling us. There must be a way. Alright, so the metadata. The hidden passage. I don't think
내
she's gonna...
생각엔
I don't think there's any other passage.
그럴지도.
We did look around the whole place.
그래.
We've come to the conclusion that there isn't any other passage. Jung stared at the dark corridor. She paused for a moment and shook her head.
아무래도
I thought about it again, but it doesn't change anything.
그랬었는데.
Even Sailor, who's a staff member, looked for it with us. If there was anything worth noting, we would have already examined it. The issue just resurfaced because of Sungyeon. Jung flinched at Doyeon's remark. She quickly turned around to face him.
근데
That's why I'm a bit scared. If there's no exit and Sungyeon's photo is real, it means Sungyeon is really in here somewhere. They're in the walls. The decision came from the judges. It's not like you had any strings to pull. It's not your fault the judges thought highly of you. Sorry, one sec. What's happening? Yeah, I don't know, who cares.
네.
I don't think I did anything wrong either. Oh my god, we're almost at 3 mental health bars. That's crazy. Unlike us, because we're so sane right now. It's just that their decision was totally unexpected and resulted in very specific consequences for my life. It's a visual novel. Visual novel about a South Korean reality survival competition show where we were in the top 5 and Sage collapsed. Everyone else got out except for us, or the top 5, one of the assistant producers, and the head producer who died. She's gone. And also one of the contestants has died now too, because there's someone threatening to kill the person in last place in the public vote. Something like American Idol meets Zero Escape. It's very, very good. Been really, really enjoying it. This fucking game is so good. Your surroundings change even when you walk. If you didn't want any changes, you shouldn't have done anything at all.
나도야.
But remember, both you and I decided to move on.
저기
Yeah, it's like Barry's Heart's been so much fun. I think I've ranted about it. I've ranted about it a bunch. It's such a it's well written and it has some very dark moments, but like, it's, I don't know. It's hard to explain it.
너는?
Jung, I'm listening. Daeun can continue. Jung folded her hands together after looking at him for a while. Daeun, let's focus on what's at hand. If we fall here, that's the end of everything. Also, yeah, this is our second playthrough of it, because in the first playthrough, we went insane after seeing my favorite twink's body. And then the assistant producer died because he fell on a pole. This girl, Ji-young, had a mental breakdown, then ran into the back of the stage and then got crushed in rubble. Gae Hayek hanged himself with his tie. And then Twitter told us to kill ourselves, so we borrowed his tie and then also killed ourselves. So the first ending was a bad ending. And we're hoping... so far we've gotten further this time without going insane, so I'm hoping we can get a better ending this time.
그건
And you're talking about Gaia Hayek's university days. He simply left school and stayed home. That's not the same as disappearing.
그건
I guess they were comparing Gaia Hayek's current position to his past. And they added the story about his late father, Bang Hee Lee. Oh, I guess it must have been an unusual circumstance after his father's death. Ji-young's face briefly turned grim. What do you think Gaia Hayek had in mind when he joined Beastars?
아마도
I guess he put lots of thought into it just like anybody else. Pass or fail an audition after showing all they've got would be very challenging, even fearful for anyone. Ji-young nodded after a brief pause.
그럴까?
Maybe Gaia Hayek had been struggling with that fear during that tough time. Other people might envy Gaia Hayek for having a famous father, but for him it became a burden he had to deal with.
네.
I often sensed that while talking with him. I guess his sophisticated mind came from that background, the heavy burden and his struggles with it. We're almost done with the conversation. It's been half an hour of it though. Jesus. Almost 40 minutes actually. I used to worry about many things in the past. Manything in the past. I am okay with my haters giving me a hard time.
근데
But when I couldn't get along with some of my fans who wanted to know more about me, I really didn't know what to do with them. Jung's gaze shifted to Inha as she talked.
아무래도
I guess Inha was stressed out.
확실히
I think people meant well when they went to see her family.
그치만
But her family could have felt bothered. Some people don't want to be contacted in that way. Family didn't come to the finals. Maybe they were dealing with their own family problem. I know you can't avoid unwanted attention, but this is too much. Jung stared at Doyeon again.
도윤아
Daeun, I think you should talk to Inha more often. Why is it that whenever I play this game, my neighbors insist on making like the most sketchy noises? Like, it keeps on sounding like things are falling over. If not, she'll keep thinking about what's going on out there.
그래요.
I mean, presumably no one broke in. Yeah, door's still locked, so unless someone's being real sneaky, I'm probably fine. But I get paranoid when I hear noises like that. I guess it applies to all of us. Jung quietly nodded. Her long hair brushed off her shoulder. Yes, to all of us. By talking more, we should be able to avoid internal conflicts. We need to take care of each other more carefully.
왜일까?
Why does everything happen all at once? The stage collapsed, Haesung was murdered, and now we have to put up with that. I don't really think those are on par.
그건
It's safe outside, we should stay strong.
그렇구나.
That's reassuring, unlike the look on your face.
결국
It's just being hopeful. Jung weakly lowered the watch on her wrist.
확실히
It's a clear-cut situation, right? You can get the picture immediately. I get sick of Beloved that fails to gain popularity and things go wrong as I try to hit on a rich guy and retire, right? In the end, I quit and leave Beloved without a sense of responsibility. The group gets disbanded and the agency goes bankrupt. Jung's long hair hid her face.
괜찮아요?
Are you okay? Jung slowly raised her head after a brief silence.
아니
No, I'm angry. When I was with Beloved, I only thought about achieving my dream as a team. I know what you're saying.
네.
I think I know what you're talking about.
아시잖아요.
You know I'm the betrayer conceived by Beastars. Yeah.
그래
I thought you would know that even if I stepped forward, I would just end up hurting other people.
결국
In the end, I'd probably end up shying off. Oh my god, we're almost sane! You silently stared at each other. What I dreaded the most wasn't the rumor itself.
그럼
Then, people began to believe it as soon as the rumor broke. I felt very offended.
난
Love scandal, money, retirement. I had never thought about any of those. I had a dream. I had a goal. That's all I could think of.
그래.
That's why I was annoyed. Annoyed at people's prejudice that that an unpopular idol would no doubt try to seduce a rich guy and retire. People who were disappointed in me, reporters that were throwing obscene words at me, and Young shuddered for a moment. Me, who couldn't say anything against their accusations.
알잖아요.
Anyone would know if they'd worked with you side by side, about what kind of person you are, or what kind of dream you had when you joined the show.
글쎄.
Well, I'm not so sure. I don't think I've come out of it yet. Last one.
도대체
This is so leery. Hae-sun gets attacked and the photo gets uploaded. Sung-yeon said the murder would happen at 2 a.m., right?
그래요.
That's when we found Hae-sung, but not when the murder happened. Ji-young ran her hand through her long hair. There's a time overlap.
너는
Dan, what's your take on this? It really happened at 2 a.m. Do you think it happened as they'd predicted? No. Yeah, I'm glad someone's finally mentioning it.
글쎄요.
Oh yeah, so the troll they're talking about, Sung-yeon, has showed up on Twitter, because Twitter is a mechanic in the game, Elio. And they've said the person in last place gets killed. They've said they're in the building, the person in last place got killed before. And so they're trying to put together the timeline to figure out when it could have happened, who could have done it, whatever. All of these sort of things. It's really good. It didn't happen exactly as Sung-yeon had said. No? But Hae-sung was... Wait.
그렇구나.
Sung-yeon made it sound like they were going to murder him at 2 a.m.
네.
According to their threat, someone would die at 2 a.m. What we found at 2 a.m. was Hae-sung's lifeless body,
그런가?
which means the forewarned murder happened before 2 a.m. Doyen continued while rubbing the back of his neck. Although it might not be enough to conclude they were completely wrong. Right, I'm not even sure if we should be making this kind of reasoning. But something doesn't add up. And that's all of our messages. Also, yeah, so this is Fader. So we've already reviewed it, but we can go through here, we can see moments where like we've been mentioned, or like where a tweet has a photo, and we can look at the photos and stuff. Which like, I still think this is like there's a lot of things this game does really well, but I find this bit to be just like, not just... Oh, you are fucking kidding me. Did it just crash? You're joking. I'm saying nice things about you, Buried Stars. Why do you do this? I can't... Yeah, no. The game has crashed, guys. I can, like... For whatever reason, it shows my mouse now, which I don't think it's supposed to. It does autosave, but it only does at the beginning and ends of a discussion, and we literally just had the final discussion point. So, thankfully, it's pretty... Like, we can skip a lot of dialogue to get back to the point that we were at. Like, we can just fast forward through it, which is what we're going to have to do. Although, it would help if the game would fucking close at some point. We might have to task manager this shit. Come on, Buried Stars, where are you? Okay, end the task. Are you gonna... Why is this taking up so much memory all of a sudden? Also, why is it not ending? What? Wait, the game is not closing. Even when I, like, try and force close it, even when I press... What happens if I try and go through Steam? Yes, confirm, exit game. Okay, so now Steam is trying to stop it too. There we go. Weird. I've never had Task Manager fail to close a program before.
You're easily impressed.
Thank you for the follow, Bonded Luma. Welcome in. You caught us at a lovely time, and we're going to have to restart a bunch of the game and rush through it. That's 45 minutes of conversations that we just had that all just disappeared, which is actually probably an hour, including that. I use my aw. Oh my god, Twitch loves me. I'm in the recommended feed. Yeah, welcome in. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. When is the last point that it's saved? Yeah, it's when the communication starts. So we're gonna have to go through Twitter really quickly. So I guess now we can see the demo of it. So like right here, we've seen that photo before, so we can't save it. Like, there's this tweet. Singin threatened to eliminate the lowest ranked contestant, then that big mouth high song went silent and then was found dead. Are all these just a coincidence? Mask on Repeat is one of my haters. They can't stand me. Then it provides a clue, the timing. Beastars Official is the name of the account. It really does just sound like I'm saying Beastars, like the show. The squad car image. The photo of Jeong on a night walk. The rumor that she basically tried to get a sugar daddy to get out of her idol career. The fact that no one can find Ina's family. Guy Hayek disappearing. Without these clues, we can't have conversations. Also, look at our dorky little... Also, I love that his hair is, like, not correct on his head. This doesn't... It looks like someone copy-pasted a haircut. Like, it looks like one of the, those things you could do on Twitter, like the picture type of things. But yeah, this is just because everyone loved us. We were the most popular person in our band. And then we got called a betrayer because the producers wanted us and not our band members. Which, you know, sucks for everyone else. They should have tried being cooler and hotter. Also, I promise normally we don't just fast forward through things. Otherwise, we will be here for so long and get nothing done. Nowhere. Appearance. Focus. God, this really does go so much faster when we just don't have to read all these. I think this is the one that we wanted to agree with her on because otherwise then she gets it. So I guess we're going to do a little bit of a redo of it too. We get to fix some mistakes. Let's bring it that way for now. I can't remember what we picked last time. Yeah, that was right. Cool. Nowhere. Being close doesn't necessarily mean knowing everything. Zooming, dude. And then the fact that we were just more popular than everyone. Photo upload.
대체
Can't abruptly deny or... Yeah. One of these he made like a second comment. I think we've only had one thing so far where there have been two decisions in the same conversation piece. I think it was on his disappearance, right? We couldn't resist the flow. Oh, never mind. I think this was just one. Never mind. I'm dumb. I don't know why I thought there were two in that. I think it was just a long conversation. The remark to the edits. Yeah, it's not that I asked for it. I really should be taking notes about what goes well each time, because eventually we're gonna have to play through this again, I'm sure. Yes, Singin is the one who can disclose that, because we got that wrong before when we asked other Fader, or when we said that other Fader members can maybe find it. Not necessarily so. The rumor. I know what you're saying, son of a betrayer born of Beastars. Okay. This time, as soon as we're done with the conversations, we will just immediately save.
그거
And then the focus. Okay. Save. There we go. Alright. Now time for a conversation that I am going to fuck up horrendously over and over and over again. I thought my rapport did change with... Okay, it might be maxed out with him, honestly. Ba-ba-da. Doyeon looked at the blinking watch. Come to think of it, finding and posting a photo means someone got cold feet, don't you think?
뭐라는 거야?
Oh yeah, Plughole is... We don't know who Plughole is. Problem is the photo was taken here. Everyone is having a hard time. They clearly crossed the line. I don't like them. I don't like you either. Ah, pity for me. Forget what I just said. Silly me. Doyeon, what's your opinion? Is Essingan really there with you and the others? Doyeon was lost in thought for a moment. There were many different opinions towards Essingan. Some believed Essingan was an internet troll out there, while some believed that there was someone hiding in the building. And Plughole was asking Doyeon's opinion.
내 생각에는
I think... On one hand, the evidence indicates that Essingan might be in here, but I think it's going to be a twist to reveal that they aren't. Like, that... Essingan themselves might not... This could also just be a collaborative thing. There could be two people who are in on this together. I don't think Essingan is here.
S승현은 그냥 외부인이야.
You seem so sure about it. What makes you think so? Oh, I get it. These are each... Oh, that's so clever. These are all corresponding clues. So the photo of the scene couldn't have been fabricated. But the metadata is something we can't check. And it would have been removed. We can't verify it. The murder threat was at 2 a.m., which was a specific time forewarned by Essingan. It can't be a coincidence. But Haesung was killed before that point in time. And it says, yeah, there's no exit. We couldn't find anything. The rescue team said the blueprint found no exits. The rescue team with the blueprint found no exits. But Gaia didn't check dangerous places while searching. Buildings have been illegally extended a few times. There could be a secret passage not on the blueprint. That's... I'm assuming that these are the right three. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make sense for that. The photo seems real, but without its metadata, I still doubt the authenticity of it. It could be photoshopped. Whoa, a wizard he must be then. Essingan said they'd kill Haesung at 2, but the time we found his body was 2, so it still could be a coincidence. That's incredible timing, but it is still possible. Doyeon gave his answer, but Pluggle's response was somewhat lukewarm. Oh. Fun scoring. Trying to say something else. Oh, no, I'm dumb. This is the other way around. It's the metadata... It's the coincidence, and it's no exit. Right? It has to be. Or else it could be... Alright, let's see. We've investigated the crime scene, but there was no hidden exit. The rescue team with the blueprint also confirmed that. Considering the situation here, it's hard to sneak around without being detected. That makes more sense anyways. That's why you believe Essingan is not in there? Oh, I should have put that together. I don't know why I thought that would be the other way around. Doyeon could feel his head clearing while he composed the message. Essingan is just a deluded someone out there. Interesting. I think that must... Oh. I love this fucking game. Because I bet you could do the exact opposite thing. You would give the exact opposite clues to him in that moment. After a brief moment, Plughole responded. I'll sum up what you just said, listen up. Essingan is not there, but at home just bumming around, probably figured out the fact that they went a little too far. I mean, I'm not there, so probably you know better than I do. Keep the possibility in your mind. Could be the other way around. I kind of wish it allowed you to go down one route or the other and didn't allow you to have both of them. But it does also make sense that they can't let you not have that. You've got to have both options on the table. Anyway, there are also other people there with you. I've got to use some hard evidence to get Essinyan. Make sure no one falls for it anymore. On the other hand, Pluggle also seems to be saying things at random. He bit his lip and sent a new message. It sounds like you don't know how to get Essinyan either. Hey, come on. We just gotta let this troll blabber as much as they want until they figure out they've talked too much. It's the best way to win a fight with an anonymous troll like this one. Aren't you an anonymous troll? I'll keep picking and you share what's going on in there. Here's a simple quiz for you. You said a few things a while ago. To corner Essinyan, what question should I keep asking? Just keep at it? From what they had talked about so far, there should have been something that would undermine Essinyan's claims. What would render Essinyan unable to rebut? That would be... metadata, because that would reveal too much information about it. Right? Let's keep demanding Essinyan to reveal the metadata of their photo.
강력한 증거처럼 내민 건 촬영한 위치나 시간을 보면 발목을 잡힐 수도 있어.
Yes. We might not have the information we need. Ask Essinyan to reveal the photo's metadata. Since photos are the most convincing media on Fader, Essinyan won't be able to slide off easily. If they do, we get tenacious and keep questioning it. You know a bit about dealing with trolls. That's it. From now on, we should focus on the metadata. Oh, interesting. So, I wonder if there were wrong answers. Or if any one of the three could have been the thing we pushed. Let's just stop briefly. How did Plughole get my number? And what does he get by fighting back against Essinyan? Doing can think of no plausible explanation. Why was he partnering with the stranger? The oppressive feeling, the death of his peer, a mysterious attacker, the slandering of the anonymous account? Maybe Doyun was trying to escape from it all, even for a brief moment.
워치에 또 뭐 있어요? 너무 보시는데.
페이터 쌈박질 보는 거야?
이번엔 메타 정보를 까보라는 흐름이야.
사진이 가짜일지도 모른다는 거지.
Plughole didn't hesitate to counter Essinyan.
이거야. 워치 없는 사람 저뿐인가요?
Pull out your iPad, buddy. Sale interrupted Doyun.
저도 좀 봐요.
If the photo is real, disclose its metadata. You don't know what that is? The photo's metadata, understand? If it can disclose the time the photo was taken, we can know it's true. If it can do so. Cut the graph and just show the photo info. The half the stage must be fallen down, so it's nearly impossible to kill someone and then take a picture in such a small space if they're not a ninja.
찍소리 못하는데?
Looks like... Oh.
가짜면 뭘 짓거리든 신경 끌 수 있겠지만요. 그럼 서혜성은 대체...
Please post a photo, or please post a piece of evidence instead of a comment, Essinyan. Are you drawing an info window on the photo? What's taking you so long?
잠깐! 올라왔어!
It's so pathetic to see people try to deny reality. Wait, that was taken much, much earlier in the day. It's 2 a.m. now. That photo was taken at, what is that, 11:22 p.m.? That was like right after things collapsed. This was from Haesung's watch. I'm so certain of it. The building was almost collapsed at 11 and the GPS points to the venue. Unbelievable. Plughole suddenly shut up, run away after seeing the evidence. It is possible to modify the photo's metadata, but there are no signs of altering or editing the photo. And people say the place of the photo is the stage, so chances are the photo was taken inside the falling stage. Thank you for the reporting, but we couldn't confirm that there are other survivors. Is it a ghost? Essinyan revealed the metadata. They caught both Doyun and Plughole off guard. His head began to pound like crazy. Doyun barely managed to get up on his knee. Uh-oh.
그렇다면 S승연은 정말 여기 있다는 거야?
I mean, look, we got what we wanted. We got the confirmation that they are in here, at least. Or at least that the photo was taken from in here. But I'm still very confident that the reason they had it was because it was uploaded automatically to the cloud from Haesung's watch. It would have been a photo he took immediately as evidence. Look at that. Everyone loves me and sanity is normal. Almost a relatable experience.
그럼 정말 혜성이를
말이 되는 얘긴가?
여기까지 오면 아니라고만 하기도.
한 번에 안 밀리네 이 자식은.
I really wish they would let me make the argument that like this could have been from Hyesung's watch, because they specifically, okay, so the ranking is the votes, like that's the American Idol side of it, that's from the reality show that was going on, because they were originally part of like a survival, or like a, yeah, South Korean reality survival show. So the ranking is their public votes, and the votes have continued while they've been in there. So far no one's ranking has changed, but I'm curious to see if there's a way to change them at some point. Sense of panic in their voices. They can barely manage to straighten himself up.
알겠어.
But yeah, no, I want to make the argument that like this came from Hyesung's watch. That's why they blurred out the model. He managed to blurt out some words through clenched teeth.
그거 해도 밝혀내야겠어.
3 a.m. Pursuit. Damn it, Essingen went back down. The metadata is uploaded. Easy for him to say. He didn't feel offended. You can feel the anxiety dying out. What should we do now? You exchanged punches. It's our turn now. Now you really need to help me. You should verify the metadata Essingen has disclosed.
검증한다고?
Verify? What? Wait. Let's piece together what happened. The photo Essingen posted shows exactly what. Oh my god, maybe we'll actually get to prove that.
사진.
Essingen's photo. Don't look at the first photo again.
이건 틀림없이.
This is... Wait. I mean, yeah, it's the stage.
어두워서 불확실하지만 아마 무대일 거야.
I like that his eyes light up with the blue every time he's using the watch. Collapse stage, it must be the stage that was on TV. Yes, just wanted to cross-check.
그래. 무대가 확실해.
Oh my god, our sanity keeps increasing.
잠깐. 크로스 체크라고?
Cross-checking whom? Cross-checking whom, sir? Whom? I asked. You don't need to know. Oh. I wonder if he's checking with Hyesung's old photos. Anyways, let's go to the next step. Essingen hid the camera model. Yeah, we are gonna get. Oh my god, I love that. Essingen hid the camera model part of the metadata in the image. Why did they why did they hide only that part? Strange, isn't it? But before discussing that, let's take a look at the time information in the metadata. It's 23:22. I want to talk about the time. The photo was taken at 23:22, so what were the others doing at 11:22 p.m.?
1시 22분? 그쯤에 우리는
Buckles a butthole. Buckles, I'm curious what's up with them. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna look at my old VoD. Give me a second. I can't remember what happened at that point in time. It's been so long since we're at that point. Don't think it's the last stream of this. It would be the one before, right? Mute it. Make sure that nothing new comes up. Let me see. Because it could be ringtone. Because ringtone would indicate like, oh, that's 11:25. Yeah, that was like right after it collapsed when we all got together. So, it was right after we had our first conversation. So that was the ringtone. Yeah, okay, that's when that was. I thought so, but I was like, this is very, like, splitting hairs trying to figure out when this might have happened. Oh, what's happening? Hold on. Okay, anyways. It's the ringtone.
구조대가 벨소리 바꿔달라고 했던 거 언제쯤이었지?
I briefly stared at Doyun.
11시 반 전쯤이었어. 너 벨소리 설정 안 했으면 큰일 날 뻔했었지.
Yeah, we got a bad ending in a couple streams ago because the rescue team tells us to turn on a ringtone. And if you do it, you get lucky and it alerts you, and at that moment you manage to dodge some falling concrete. And if you don't, like I did this time, it just kills you right there. All of us were on the stage at that time.
잠깐. 그렇다면
Wait, if that's the case... Weird, then how'd they take a picture? It's Hyasung! We have to rule out everything that's impossible, leaving only the possible explanation. You know where this leads. If the photo was taken there, it would have been taken by one of you. Then instinctively glanced at the rest of the group. Only one person had the capacity to take a photo. If someone here took the photo, who could it have been? Then had no clue whatsoever. Let's talk over the phone. He didn't know how to... Oh, hell nah. Using data service is much better. We can't call, but we can still use Fader and Messenger, can't you see?
진짜
Essingen is really here with us, you mean? Hiding somewhere to take the picture? No. Look at the photo, see if it was taken from a hiding place.
그런 각도가 아니었어.
Yeah. No, taken from the stage. Let me ask you a very important question. What do you do successfully quickly? Anyone there have a smartphone? No, all of us are only using Messenger and Fader on our smartwatches. That's a device I'm not familiar with, then I'll change the question. That smartwatch or whatever has a camera? Only Hyasung's. One of the contestants, late Hyasung, was wearing a watch with a camera. Jeez, that's not fair. I mean, like, chill. Like, goosebumps go. I'm so happy that we got... So I was gonna be mad if this was, like, a point that we were gonna have to hold on to for, like, hours. Only he had a watch with a camera? Well, thanks for confirming that. Is he near you? I was told not to touch his body, so he's still in the place where he was found. Would you go do me a big favor? Can you go check his watch? In particular, check if his watch has the photo that was posted on Fader. Then lowered his watch and thought briefly. Check Essingen's photo on Hyasung's watch? What does that even mean? That swirled with confusing thoughts. We're gonna go check the watch. We can't not. I'm on it. I'll get back to you soon. Then stared at the group. He looked at the rest of the group. They looked worried and confused. Then tucked his chin and opened his eyes.
S 승연이 올린 사진 혜성이 워치에서 나온 건지도 몰라요.
Their eyes widened, as you'd expected.
서혜성은 죽었잖아요.
한참 멍 때리다 뭔 소리야? 혜성이가 왜?
도윤아, 생각이 지나쳐.
Doyon explained why they needed to check the watch. But he didn't mention anything about plug hole. Nobody would trust an idea from some anonymous source.
발상은 그렇다 쳐도 혼자 가는 건 안 돼.
I mean, we can all go.
동감이야. 갈 거면 같이 가.
Why is everyone mad at me? This isn't a bad
다시
suggestion.
간다고요? 거길?
언제 또 진동이 올지 몰라. 아니면 범인이...
Doyon took a step forward towards
세요.
Sale.
같이 가보자.
Specifically picking
제가요?
Sale? He's about to jump out of his skin.
혼자 다니는 게 문제면 둘이 가면 돼.
Why not all of us?
무대엔 이나, 영희 누나랑 규혁이 형 있으면 안심.
Oh, never mind. He's like, you're expendable.
워치에 대해 물어볼 게 있으면 세일이 네가 큰 도움이 될 거야.
도움.
Sale might delete the photo off the watch.
그래요. 알겠어요. 같이 가.
Or he might just kill us.
쎄하다 싶으면 바로 나와야 돼. 언니 말 들어라. 알았지?
I do think we're about to get to another route end pretty quickly here, because it looks like the change in music, the change in tone.
역시나 후달리네요. 확인할 거 하시고 궁금한 건 말씀해 주세요. 저는 누가 갑자기 오진 않나 망 볼 테니까요.
Oh god.
고마워. 금방 끝낼게.
There are other stalls that someone might be hiding in. And patted Sale on the shoulder and went inside. Wait, I missed out on something. Isn't his watch locked with a password? I can't crack it. Everyone uses the same password since the watch is their sponsored products. What a poor sense of information security. Any chance that fader could be hacked? Each fader account is bound to the watch app. It's not even possible to switch accounts. It means that even if a B-Stars contestant has their official account stolen, no one can write a post without the watch. People are asking. So all those corny posts that came earlier were written by you guys? The earlier posts were written by a staff member at the end of the first round of finals. We're only allowed to write posts starting in the second round. I see. I just thought you wrote all those annoying posts. Okay, what's the watch's model number and password?
비번을 알려달라고?
And turn around and check on Sale. Staring at the entrance with a worried look on his face. No, we're not giving you the password. What do you need the password for? Do you want to catch Seung-yeon or keep playing with them? Mental breakdown by Seung-yeon versus sharing your password for your sake. You decided to trust me, be consistent. Decided to share the password with him. Oh, okay, so it wasn't actually really a choice. BAW30EC, password 1803. Where did we just see that? That's his username on Fader. It's plughole 1803, isn't it? Investigating the watch now. Wish me luck. Mwah. Could be a mistake, but he had no better idea at the moment. Dan shook his... I'm gonna turn down my volume a little bit because I feel like I'm gonna get scared. What's towards Haesung's watch? Rowan upon touching the cold body.
왜요? 무슨 일인데요?
아니야. 별일 아니야.
Dan raised his hand to assure Sale. He entered the password and checked the screen. The photo album that wasn't included on the watch is by default. Open the album. The photo Seung-yeon had uploaded was right there. At the same time, a certain memory crossed Doyeon's mind.
자, 그지? 이렇게.
Oh fuck, that's right. I remember. Yeah, he specifically demonstrated to us that the photo worked like that.
이 워치 두 개 라인으로 나와. 뒤에 C 붙은 건 카메라 있고 빠진 모델은 없어.
Thought about the moment when they were talking about the smartwatch which was sponsored. The photo posted on the social media was the one he had taken at the time. Here's the photo. I remember Haesung took that photo. Model number of the watch must be written there. BAW320EC. This leads us to another question. How is the photo from the watch made it to Seung-yeon? Choose your answer. Number 1. The dead person conspired with Seung-yeon. He sent the photo to them. Number 2. Seung-yeon stole a photo from the dead person's watch. In this case, we need to figure out how. They had a way of retrieving it from cloud. Everything was automatically uploaded to the cloud.
공모 같은 건 말이 안 돼.
Haesung wouldn't have sent the photo. Seung-yeon must have taken the photo out of his device somehow. Let's find out how it was done. You know how Seung-yeon took the photo?
사진을 빼낼 만한 방법이라면
Oh shit, I'm gonna turn down the volume now. Because I do think... I keep on getting worried, like, we didn't check the other stalls. Someone might have been hiding in there, for all we know. The camera app. Automatically uploads to the cloud.
카메라.
Camera.
찍은 사진이 클라우드 드라이브로 간댔어. 거기 접근이 가능하면 사진을 빼낼 수 있어.
Camera on Haesung's watch. All the photos the watch takes will be stored in the cloud drive. Seung-yeon could have downloaded the photo from there. You did a good job, Doyeon. Aww. Nothing left to teach you. Go open your own business. Oh, actually not yet. The photo-only cloud drive must be the original version with the metadata. I thought so. Gonna check it, or send you something fun. Check it out. Voila! How'd you get it? I found it in the cloud drive linked to the camera app on Haesung's watch. I couldn't believe the username was the same as the Fader username. I entered the common password. I knew the contestants were told not to change the settings, but it's over the top. What a security hole. Can the backup server be accessed from the outside? I could access it with my PC. Do the smartwatches support web browsing? No. How about switching to another account? Nope. Then it's a useless device. I won't buy it. Now you get my point? Sung-Yen is just an attention seeker. Oh my god, it's gotta be someone out there who knows your common password. Just like me. Sung-Yen got the photo that had been taken by Hyesung's watch and automatically uploaded to the cloud server, but no one knows how they learned about the cloud and the password. Former producer, there's so many people who it could have been. Let's reveal Sung-Yen's identity then. Not yet. It's not enough. It's just a bait. To trap Sung-Yen with a piece of evidence, we must prove the original copy belongs to someone else. Got it? Posting on Fader involves losing all other data of the photo, so we should upload our photo along with the metadata just like Sung-Yen did. So if he posts it, brag about hacking someone's cloud server? No way, it'll drive us into a problematic situation later.
아니, 여기까지 와서
We've been here for too long. Then what should we do? Sung-Yen is not in a good position since the metadata cannot be checked on a smartwatch. The point is, we have found out how Sung-Yen could get the photo, but that alone is not enough. People will get confused over who's right if Sung-Yen denies all that. We need a smoking gun. Like what? Like, I know who you are thingy. The best way to defeat a troll is to reveal their identity. They are only saying those things because they've been able to stay anonymous. To win, we must take the mask or the troll's mask. What if Sung-Yen keeps denying? This'll happen if we miss it. But we hit the bullseye, then they won't be able to deny it. We must entangle them with solid evidence to break the whole frame. Easier said than done. How can we know who they are? Now we know how Sung-Yen got the photo. Just narrow down the list. Find out who hates you and Hyesung, the last and second to last in ranking respectively. Sung-Yen seems to have a grudge considering their murder threat. Possibly yes to Sung-Yen, whom they impersonate, Hyesung with whom they argued, and Do-Yeon, who is the next target. Woo-Suk might be one? And figure out who's likely to enter the cloud backup server. If you can, find other evidence too. Which is also how they have this information. They've been able to hack in. If they have access to that stuff, there's no way that they haven't been able to record the calls and stuff. As Sung-Yen gained the photo from the cloud server, which is linked to Hyesung's watch account, this is impossible without knowing the password. Now get back to your friends and stay with them. They'll be missing you if you only hang out with me. I'll be having fun with Sung-Yen in the meantime. See ya. Bluggle said what he wanted to say and just disappeared. And this nature of it. Do-Yeon chewed over the message. Sung-Yen appeared out of nowhere to taunt the survivors and left everyone bewildered with Hyesung's death. Confusion would just grow if Do-Yeon didn't do anything about it. Uh-oh. After pondering for a moment, Do-Yeon turned to steps.
세일아, 끝난 것 같아.
네.
Oh god, I thought that it was gonna be like, yeah, he died somehow behind you, or else he was gonna attack you.
덕분이야. 고마워.
역시 혼자보다는 둘이 낫죠.
돌아가자. 가서 하고 싶은 얘기가 있어.
Seal tilted his head to the side, feeling curious, but soon led Do-Yeon back to the group. Interesting.
이렇게 사진을 올린 거였어.
So the murder of Hyesung was... I mean, it feels like it must have been I still think it's Sale. I think it's Sale and the person who was fired. Because there was a production assistant that was fired. Like, everything was blamed on them for no good reason. It feels like that has to be the one. But why would that production assistant specific? I mean, it would make sense that they killed... Thank you for the hydration check bits. So I remember that was sort of, like, at least part of my theory from the beginning was that that person would be involved in this stuff. And it would make sense why they killed Sung-Yeon, because they were the producer and they did all this stuff. Everyone else might have just been convenience. Although, I don't know what... What did I come back to? Hi, Fossil. You came back... Okay. So there have been some fun developments. So we found out that Sung-Yeon is pretending to be in the building. They sent a photo from the stage, but we realized... Or then they sent the metadata, and we revealed that it was actually a photo that Hyesung took that they stole from his smart cloud. Or his iCloud, whatever. Sung-Yeon got the photo.
뭐 하는 개자식이야?
There have been no more deaths somehow, though.
당장 제대로 피워봐. 도윤이 말대로 더 엉망이 될 거야. 뚜껑 열리잖아 저거.
Oh, poor Yinha.
사진을 빼돌렸다고 꼭 바깥 사람이란 뜻은 아니야.
서해성 사건의 범인이 아니라는
Also,
단서도
we do
아니고.
know that Sale has an iPad that he has not revealed to anyone.
정말 범인 같으면 특정한 때 경찰에 제보할 수도 있을 거예요.
경찰? 그래 뭐 신고는 해야겠지.
Some controversy when Doyen suggested that he would reveal S. Seung-yeon's identity.
난 찬성이야. 어떤 놈인지 진짜 궁금하거든.
전 조금 잘못 찍으면 페이터에서 얻어 터질 수도 있어요.
It is mentioned haunted. Yeah.
우린 생존자일 뿐이야. 밝히는 것까진 우리 소관이 아니잖아.
뭐라도 단서가 있다면 괜찮지만 무리하는 건 반대야.
눈 가리고 귀 막은 채로 넘기려고도 해봤잖아요. 그치만 끝나질 외면하는 걸로는 적이 쏠리는 신경을 끊을 수가 없어요.
Doyen, please do not go on your own.
알아낼 거예요. 페이터에서 아예 사라지게 할 거라고요.
I love that he's like, my top priority right now is getting this anonymous troll kicked off of Twitter. Doyen made up his mind. The rest of the group seemed to agree that S. Seung-yeon's presence was the problem.
범위 다시 한번 말해봐. 두 가지였지?
출연자 비번 정보를 알거나
또 이 사고를 보고도 익명 계정으로 날뛸 동기가 있는 사람.
혹시 또 뭐가 있을까?
제 시청자들보다 출연자에 대한 정보가 많았어요.
Yeah, so it makes sense if it was someone on the production team and someone who was maybe mad.
방송 관계자든가 친한 사람일 수도 있겠네.
S. Seung-yeon seems to know sensitive information about the top 5 that was only available to the staff. There were 3 possible cases. Might be possible to narrow down further to a certain pool if they investigated further. Doyen gulps and stepped forward. Is it conversation time? It is conversation time. We can disclose the time it was taken, we can know it's true. As Seung-yeon is spreading false information, everyone please report at the sight of it. We need a greater number of reports for track response. Some Fader users reported that S. Seung-yeon account to Fader support, but so far nothing has happened. Haesung's Comet is the name of it. That's adorable. As if we directly request suspension of the account to Fader admin, don't expect to restart stuff, yeah. Genius shared this one too. Building's almost collapsed. Yeah, Plughole runs Pop Crave. Use the bait mentioned to identify their IP somewhere in Africa. It smells of fish. Some Fader users checked S. Seung-yeon's IP. Turns out to be a foreign IP. Not an amateur. Okay. Every YouTuber on the planet is shilling a fucking VPN. It's not that hard to do. Although I don't know if a VPN really hides your IP. That's what they all say, but I don't know if it's actually as true as they do. What S. Seung-yeon said so far is true. If it's really there, it must be one of the staff. Chances are one of the judges got pissed off by Doyeon, and so it's revealing all his secrets. God, our haters hate us. Root my ass. Just because you know how to use a VPN, are you a highly skilled troll? Are you trying to find me? Where am I? Stage, staff lounge, staff corridor, restroom. Look carefully. I'm Doyen. I'm sounding well, all thanks to you. I hope to see you in good shape. Yeah, that's why it's called the staff corridor. Is that... Oh yeah, that's right! How did you know about the staff corridor? That's not a place that's publicized. How'd you know to call it that? Anyway, interesting. Jesus, let's take an opinion poll in the timeline. Share this post if you want the end to be executed by S. Seung-yeon. God, everyone hates me. No one knew he was from a rich family. Why does his hair always look like photoshopped onto him? Guy Hayek's university friend testified that he took years off from school soon after receiving a scholarship, so he knew nothing about his family matters. He saw him on B-Stars, just thought he was... It's a wig. A wig. Alright, so that's everything from that. let's do a save really quickly, just because it's already crashed once on us today. Alright, let's talk to Jiyoung about the grudge. Yeah, she's still looking at- yeah, Delta work. It's wigs by Vanity, actually. Someone who might hold a grudge.
저기
Maybe it's all more, or maybe it's all the more so for Hyesung, Seungyeon, and me. Why is that? Because Seungyeon apparently impersonated or mentioned our names in the murder threats. Young seemed to be chewing over what she just heard. She shortly raised her head and opened her mouth.
글쎄,
Well, I don't see it that way. At the end of the day, they attacked everyone.
난
And the things about me and Gaia Hayek were unknown to the public.
그래요.
Yeah, your barista story and his scholarship story were certainly unknown to many people. Seungyeon was the head of the show while Hyesung and you were in the lowest ranks. I think you three were mentioned for that reason. Do you think they're holding a grudge against all the top 5?
확실하지 않아.
If it gets that far, I really have nothing to say. I can't think of anyone. Maybe they tricked us into wasting our time seeking explanation. Password.
확실히
The password policy was unbelievably loose. How many people might know the password? I can't even count. Jim was good at handling electronic devices. She strongly opposed the password policy when it was delivered. I kept telling them there would be a security issue. And I never thought the cloud would be so vulnerable.
그러니까
I had no idea because Hyesung's watch was the only one with a service. Young mumbled something about looking at the watch. I kept
혹시나
telling them we
했는데.
should all be given a different password. Staff was lazy.
맞아요.
They were too complacent in their work. If retrieving the watches was so important, they could have factory reset it later. Hi, Puppo. How you doing? Welcome in. How'd your game go? How'd the cult go? Also, we've got exciting new revelations, Puppo. I mean, Hyesung's still dead. That's an RIP, and no one else has died yet. But we found out that Hyesung posted a photo, or not Hyesung. Seungyeon posted a photo that to try and prove that they were in the building with us. But we revealed that it was actually a photo that Hyesung took. So we think that Seungyeon is, well, A, they've hacked into our stuff because everyone's sharing a fucking password, which is dumb. But then we know that they're at least trying to lie a little bit. It's really, it's going good. Also, I'm glad to hear it went well. I'm surprised to hear you saying the word factory reset. I thought you were digital literate. I mean analog.
혹시
You just spoke your mind.
아니야.
Nope. Listen, I wanted to talk about something else. The watches were given during the first round of the finals. All the contestants at that time also learned about the password policy and accounts. Doyoung got Jiyoung's point.
그런가요?
The top 10, they all know. I'm not sure if they were aware of other contestants' accounts.
분명해.
But one thing is for sure, that top 10 clearly knew about the password policy. But 10 people isn't a very small pool of suspects. Sponsored smartwatches were given to the top 10 finalists. Each watch has an individual account and a common password. Oh my god, we get a rapport event with her. Not a rapport event with anyone for a minute, have we?
도윤아,
With her hand on the side of her head, Jung asked Doyoung,
여기 올 때 몇위가 목표였어?
거기까진 못 정했었어요. 생방 갈 거라곤 생각도
어.
못했고요.
거기다 혼자 올라왔지.
그건 정말 꿈에도 생각 못했네요.
This is just like Drag
누나는
Race.
목표가 몇이었어요?
당연히 우승이지. 1위. 연습생 때부터 목표는 항상 높게 잡았어.
I wonder if I get more rapport events with the others.
어떻게 가능해요 그런 게?
할 수 있겠다 싶은 데서 한 단계 위로 목표를 잡아. 일단 한 걸음씩 올라가는 걸 최우선으로 해. 한 걸음씩. 비러브드 땐 구호도 있었어.
Jung fell silent and stared at Doyoung for a moment.
한 걸음씩 올라가면
Jung mumbled to herself.
팀 같은 목표를 보고 있었네요.
꿈을 이루는 게 1순위였어. 그건 그치만 다시 시작하려니 아무 데서도 받아주질 않았어.
Dark lady played black magic while the clock struck on the 12. She told me more about me than I knew
여기
myself.
오디션 뿐이었지.
무섭진 않았어요. 다시 사람들 앞에 서는 거.
Look, my ability to do a share voice isn't good, but is that, who was it who did it on? Was it Maya who tried to do a share and it was just Kermit?
기가 꺾이긴 했어. 또
마야,
그때처럼
yeah.
난타당하면 버틸 수 있을지.
비슷한 상황을 만나긴 했었잖아요.
Oh, I'm great. Like, no, bestie, that's not. Oh, that's not. Jiyoung slowly raised her head.
달라졌더라고. 내가 그때보다 더 단단해진 부분이 있었어. 가끔 넘어져도 포기하지 않으려는 마음이. 난타 당하면서 더 명확한 형태가 되었달까?
형태라면 창이에요? 아니면 방패?
재미있는 질문이네, 한도윤.
Jiyoung took a step back, running her hand through her hair.
방패였어. 여기가 무너지기 전까지.
무너지고 난 지금은요.
새삼 외면해선 안 됐던 일들을 돌아보게 됐어.
I will say, I'm loving playing this game. I don't want to end this stream anytime soon, but I have decided for myself that I'm gonna have some of my Korean barbecue after I'm done with this, and it's gonna be so good, and I can't wait to eat it. Achieving her dream was always her top priority. Hiding and having difficulties didn't change anything. She was determined. Once more, Young was determined to return to the industry. Breaking through all the criticism and blame, she challenged herself via the audition and proved herself. Look how sane we are. Look how mentally stable we are. Also, we're gonna save again just so we can, like, make sure. Yeah, I've been, like, going to Superstore and just, like... Oh, we're running out of save slots. What game has only 15 save slots? That's lame. Anyways, but yeah, Superstore has, like, a frozen Korean barbecue. This isn't, like, real, but, like... It's, like, Korean... I think it's beef? Yeah, it's beef. And it's so good. I mixed it with jasmine rice. It's amazing. I mean, yeah, but I feel like 15 is a weird amount, right? Like, if you're gonna have a lot, it feels like you should have a lot.
맞아.
Also, I'm still wondering when we're gonna get our next breakpoint, because, like, we've, I think, doubled up the amount of distance that we've traveled since Hyesung's death from the first route. And I have a bouquet of green onions. Oh my god, that's so romantic. Close person or an insider.
그런가요?
Do you think we should consider the staff?
아무래도
Yes. Maybe. You think it was a close person, things just don't add up. All of our stories came out from Seungyeon, and that's only one person. Superstore. Look, Fossil, I am so glad that you know of Superstore the show. That shit is fucking hilarious. Anyone who, if you like America Ferrera, even if you don't, if you like anything remotely funny, you should watch Superstore. That shit cracks me up, and it makes me sad that no, like, people don't or haven't watched it as much. Because, like, it's so stupid and so fucking funny. I need to go back and watch some more of it. It's been a long time since I've seen an episode, but, like, it's fucking good. They're nodded at Jeong's remark. After pondering for a moment, Jeong raised her head. Ugly Betty fan. I have never watched Ugly Betty. I did see the Mike's Mike video about Ugly Betty recently, and they were like, it's kind of wild, but they were trying to convince us that America Ferrera was ugly. But yeah, Superstore is like, it's, I think it works so well because it's like, it's a very like, it's not a show that's trying to wow you with its premise. It doesn't have a big elaborate premise. It doesn't have a big concept. It's just like a bunch of kind of insane, but also like people you could theoretically see in the real world working retail who are all just complete disasters. And it's so fucking fun. Oh god, there's the one girl whose boyfriend who knocked her up does like a flash mob to propose to her. But to kick off the flash mob, he poses as a robber with a gun. It's wild. There's a lot. What racism? Oh yeah, it's that. Bo, yeah, that fucking yeah, that show is good. It's so fucking funny. Anyways, we're gonna focus on Beastar's staff. Maybe we should ask Sale for his opinion. Cheyenne is great, or Cheyenne is great. I can't remember Sandra. Which was Sandra? Fuck, I'd have to check again. Again, like it's been probably like a couple of years since I watched an episode of it, but everyone like I remember their faces. I just can't remember names because like the manager. What is his? Oh fuck, there's a man. He's doing the most. Everyone, it's one of those like it's not trying to tell all these jokes. It's just like everyone is straight faced. No one's laughing in the show. Everyone bullies. Aww. Oh, I think I do remember Sandra now. But yeah, no, it's like it's in that same vein of like comedies as like Raising Hope kind of thing, but like way funnier than Raising Hope. Because Raising Hope is also just like kind of a show, not really like a laugh out loud comedy, but like during the pandemic, we'd watch Superstore with my family, like in the living room or whatever, and like you ugly laugh constantly. Like it's so fucking good. Anyways, the process was delayed.
분명히
Someone must have reported SNM from the outside. Also, yeah, that must have been a hard show to like. It probably took them ages to film an episode of Superstore because, like, how do you not crack up laughing during so many moments of it? They haven't said it or haven't done anything in response yet.
그치만
They've been acting up for hours already. They're taking way too long. I saw some complaints about their tardiness, but now that I'm in this, it's really serious. It'll take a load off my mind if we don't have to see their posts. Yeah, I just hope everything will be taken care of, and that we later find out that SNM is behind all of this. Jung quietly dropped her head. But considering the fact they haven't taken any measures yet, we can't just sit around and wait. We're not mentally fit for that either right now. Girl, none of you are mentally fit for anything. I agree, and that's why we're having a discussion now. Or an IP.
역시
Yeah, it's... Again, like, I can't endorse Superstore. I don't... Wait, where is Superstore on right now? I think it's on Prime? Amazon Prime Video. You can watch it on YouTube too, apparently. Like, you have to subscribe to it. Apparently, you can also watch it on Netflix, but that might not be in... That might be in Canada, or that might not be in Canada. I don't know. It has... Oh, Dina! Dina is my... Oh, fucking Christ. Dina is so fucking funny. She's like the... she's the assistant manager is her role, I think, right? Like, that's the deal, is that she's the assistant manager, and she's just, like, absolutely militant, complete lunatic, aware of capitalism and its downfalls mindset. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, America Ferrera is in it. She's so fucking funny. Oh, Garrett's also great. She's super intense. Yeah, 100%. Oh, Glenn, that's the name. Glenn is great. Mateo is fucking funny. God, it's such a good show. Oh. Wait, hold on. Okay. I'm getting distracted because I just got an update from an artist. I wish I could show it on stream, but unfortunately I would get so banned so fast. What was I looking for again? I was looking for something, and now I can't remember. Fuck, I was looking for something specific, and now I can't find it anymore. I can't think of what I was gonna say. Whatever, we'll move on until I remember. Oh no, I do need to send someone a message really quickly. Where are you? Okay. Anyways, okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by stuff. Also, yeah, it had like Mateo. There's an arc, or like Mateo is an illegal immigrant in Superstore, and like it's a pretty. They handle it pretty seriously. It's a lot, but like it. I don't know. It's handled very well for how difficult it is. Also, hi Krim, welcome in. How are you? How are you doing? What are you saying AO about? I haven't done anything wrong. Wait. Hiding your IP to avoid detection. For example, you can use a VPN to disguise your IP as if it's from a foreign country. You could even use NordVPN. This. Can you imagine if I had a VPN sponsorship and I was just holding on to it to just drop it in the middle of this when they finally brought up VPNs? I'm doing good, the game is going well, we're figuring stuff out, no one has died, I haven't lost my husband yet, it's been great. Which means they had it all planned out.
맞아.
Right, and there's another thing. Jung stopped for a minute and stared at Toyen. Very prominent nips. Actually, wait, I don't think my model... Oh no, my model does. I specifically asked for the color of my model's nipples to be changed in the reference sheet. That's correct. What can we learn about the fact they disguised their IP? Must be a habitual offender. Or to avoid identity exposure. I mean, we know that they were doing it to avoid their identity being exposed. But the fact that they did it means that they probably are a habitual offender and they've done this before. Which I don't think is necessarily true, but
아마도
this was not their first time. They're experienced and know how to hide. Oh, it did work. Party.
그래.
I agree. They created an anonymous account and hid their IP before appearing. I don't think this was Essengen's first time. This one knows what they're doing. There are lots of trolls, but only a few would go through the trouble of obscuring their IP.
그럼
They set up the whole thing using their past knowledge and experience. I don't think they came in as prepared. They've been acting quite impulsively, but never forgot to hide their tail. You know what, Fossil? Let me just see, because I can't remember. It's been a minute. Wait, I don't have... Hold on. Also, I guess anyone could check, technically, because it is up on the alt account. If anyone wanted to check the codes, they always could. But... for the niffles... A55B52. It is E47F68, apparently. So, there. More information for everyone. You're gonna have to go back and check the VoD for that one, though, because I'm not saying it twice. Anyways, back to Buried Stars. For Essengen, this wasn't the first time, I'm sure of it. The alumni testimony.
근데
Maybe they didn't know because they had no interest.
아무래도
Nobody knows what other people's family matters unless they were told. I think it was E55B52, but I'm not sure. Anyways, doesn't matter. Anyway, many of the posts were written just for the heck of it. That's brown for the nipples? Yeah. What color do you... They're not bright pink. Anyone can go see the reference sheet. Who'd want to miss a chance to throw a comment at a time like this?
Oh?
He's had experience. I thought you didn't know much about Fader. I'm learning my life lessons from this accident. Well, I guess it's not just about Fader. It's memory. God damn it, Krim. Young dangled her arms from her waist.
확실히
I'm not talking about nipples? Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know. Again, what color do you think other...
The LGBT community is rich in sensibility,
Ability has excellent taste and is full of talented artistic people. Talking about the pinky using your suit. Oh, yeah, no, that's a different color. That's, for the suit, those colors are... I don't even know what they are. I thought you were talking about... You asked about nipples. Someone asked about nipples. Anyways, this doesn't matter. Someone was talking about nipples, and I made the comment about that. I thought that was the... Whatever. Guy is keeping quiet about it, too. I didn't know... I'm gonna set myself on fire after I set you on fire. We're both going down. Let's just focus on what we were trying to figure out for now. Fossil, don't gaslight me like this. That's so inappropriate. You know about Essengen.
그때
I was excited when I first received the watch. Here for handsome guy. Aw, thank you, Krim.
그거야.
You like these kinds of electronic devices.
어
I also happened to read a news article that said the watch was still in development.
근데
But they restricted many functions, so it wasn't easy to fully utilize it. Fire. Honestly, I would love to get... With how awesome Ronishi did, or what a good job he did with my reference sheet, if he ever did live 2D, it'd be really hard to not get him to do my 2.0. If they had lifted the restrictions, we would have been able to use them better.
그래도
This one's much better than the first one they distributed during the first round of the finals. That watch, I mean...
그렇지.
Oh, that one sucked. We weren't allowed to wear them on the show. They said they would tweak our watches, but now we know it was all about restricting some functions. He'd make it, he would. We'd simply accept whatever we're given. Not sure why they gave it to us since the first round. If they're gonna take it back, why'd they give it to us during the first round? I think the deal was that we start wearing them at the start of finals.
그럴까?
Maybe they regretted giving it to us. Fortunately, they let us use it personally during the second
그래.
round. The top 7 left after 3 got eliminated from the first round.
결국
Which means the 3 only got to wear them and turn them in soon after. Yeah, it's hard to decide. It's like, I love going to a ton of artists for like artwork of my model, but like making the decision on who gets to define what I look like is a little bit harder. Jiyoung tapped the watch with her fingernail. I didn't know I'd be relying on the watch like this. Oh, scrap paper. Love that. You know what? That's innovative. Necessity is the mother of innovation. Regardless of its quality, it's the only thing that connects us with the outside world. Top 7 received the smartwatch, or smartwatches probably, as they made it into the finals and were allowed to use them personally since the second stage of the finals. Relevant information such as the password policy was delivered around this time. So it's not the top 10, top 7. Interesting. Good to know. Okay, hi. Let's talk about the grudge. Yeah, wait, why do you have glue in your fridge? You, Jiyoung, Inha, Haesung, and I. No, this is not a Canadian thing, Fossil. Our ages and hometowns are a bit different. Our life backgrounds are also very different. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about the bag milk thing, because Americans think this is an all Canada-wide thing. This is only an Eastern Canada thing. I have lived all over Western Canada. Not once have I even seen bagged milk in the stores. This is only something that happened. I've only experienced it in Montreal myself. I'm pretty sure like Ontario also does it. Like, but it's Eastern Canada. It is microplastic. Also, it is so inefficient. Like, okay, when I worked at Starbucks, we had to use the bagged milk. For one, the bag doesn't close. Like, it's just left open in the fridge overnight even, which is, in my opinion, kind of disgusting. Like, I wouldn't leave a milk jug open in the fridge. Like, sure, it's in the fridge. Sure, it's not really probably doing that much, but like, also, ew. Like, there's other stuff being stored in there. That's gross. But also, they're only like a 1 liter bag. Like, they're small. And so, like, we would get sent 3 bags of milk, 3 1 liter bags of milk inside of a bigger bag. So it would just create all this plastic waste. I hated it so much. It sucked. And it was so inconvenient because you only make a couple lattes with each one. So we were like having to constantly change out the bags and cut the edge, and like it always folded over itself. It sucks. Nevertheless, we have one thing in common.
그래.
B-Stars finalists. Yeah, no. The bag milk thing is something people should be made fun of. If you have the option to choose something else, you shouldn't choose bag milk. It's awful. I don't know if this would kill people. Honestly, we have dedicated so much time and energy and resources to making milk, like, not kill all of us. Like, pasteurization and stuff like that was necessary just so it stopped killing everyone. And it's why whenever I see people who are talking about, like, why can't I, buy and sell raw milk at the farmer's market or whatever, I'm like, because you'd die. We'd all die. There's a reason we don't do that. Why are you committed to just drinking, like, raw milk? It makes me mad all the time. Is there someone from B-Stars who might hold a grudge against you?
아니야.
No one comes to mind immediately.
그치만
Yeah, well, cow milk isn't for humans. Also, I know people are weird about, like, the various types of fake milk. Like, if I'm making a protein shake, almond milk is so much better. Or oat milk is all. No, oat milk is the one that I get. Oat milk is better. Still some milk support. There'd be a bunch more. Ew. Let's never use soy. Yeah, no, I don't bother. Soy milk isn't good. Oat milk is good. Everyone earns a grudge at least once in their lifetime, Doyen. Everyone makes mistakes.
결국
It's easy to. Everyone has those days. It's easy to forget what you've done wrong unless you're a victim.
그래도
But some people treat you badly for no apparent reason. I feel sound. I feel like oat is like richer. It's like I mean flavored. I guess I should say, because like when I use it for protein shakes, I get peanut butter flavored protein shake or protein shake, and then I get like chocolate oat milk. So good. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I fell silent for a moment. He seemed to recall something on Doyen's remark.
그래.
Yes, maybe Sungyun's intention is to Starting off by itself. I don't know if I've ever. Oh, that's not true. Actually, I remember when I was in like kindergarten, there was a kid who was lactose intolerant, and so every day, one of the kids, it was like their special day, so they got to bring in a family member, and like they got to provide the snack, which I guess isn't really like a special day as much as just it's your parents' liability day. But that kid brought in chocolate soy milk, and I can't remember what the food was, and I thought I loved it, so I asked my mom to buy it at the store the next time, and she bought it, and I was like, this is disgusting, I hate it. And it turns out that I just like it when it's in one of those little plastic cups that you get in kindergarten. I don't know is there a difference between Asian soy milk and like, I guess the soy milk that is in Canada? Anyways. Sorry, I'm getting distracted so much.
그런 거면
They knew the account and the password. You think they were one of the production staff?
그래?
Are you talking about Beastar staff?
솔직히
We received smartwatches after making it to the finals. The password policy remained the same ever since. It was
그랬었지.
determined by the sponsor and passed on to us by Beastars. Yeah, exactly. The macroplastics are important. They're a vital part of the flavor profile. We had to, and you know, as a kindergartner, you have a refined palate for chocolate milk. We had to use the pre-configured account and password. Guy Hayek stroked his chin with his long fingers. Everyone is stroking their chin. Why do you have these yaoi hands?
그럴 거야.
If they're a staff member, they should know about this.
그치만
But do you think it's fair to doubt the staff?
일단 해보자.
We're just trying to narrow down the pool of suspects for now.
아,
Well, okay, if it's gonna help us. I'll tell you again if I think of something else. We'll get a clearer picture as we narrow down the suspect pool. Oh my god, another report of it, report? No. Rapport. Je suis français.
S
What's
승연이 한 장학금 얘기.
I used to love drinking milk
그걸
as a
계속
kid. Like,
곱씹고
I
있어?
drink a ton of it. And then I remember when I was in high school specifically, we had to do persuasive speeches, and this girl fucking annoys me to this day. She did her speech about like all the ways that milk is disgusting, like all these things, and it was based off of this book that I remember. As soon as the presentation was over, I googled it. The book was from people who didn't have a degree in anything, who got or like had a fake degree from a fake university. They'd been kicked out of a real school. They had no qualifications. They had no expertise in the field, but they wrote this book all about all the horrendous things about dairy. And I was mad because I was like, fuck, I know this is fake, but now I'm too grossed out and I can't fucking drink milk. And it's been that way basically ever since. Still tune over it? Okay, heck ground.
너한테는 말해줄게.
There's a brief silence.
아버지, 이병희 선생님은 항상 자립을 강조하셨어. 당신께서 홀로 다 이룬 것처럼 그래야만 한다고. 말로만 그런 게 아니었지. 나한테 들어가는 돈은 직접 벌어야 했으니까.
뭐? 학비나 식비 같은 것도?
A sad smile.
당신께서 이룬 건 언제까지나 자기 것이어야 했어. 가족한테도 절대 예외가 아니었거든.
I mean, my personal conspiracy theory is that, what was it? It was that like all the various or milk options that were offered at Starbucks was all like part of a conspiracy to make, or to make more people think they were lactose intolerant, just so they could charge them more. But, like, it's a dumb conspiracy theory. Honestly, I'd like to be able to at least cut more meat out, but like, I don't know. I'm not good at preparing a lot of the food that I would like to be able to prepare. And I think if I went vegan, I would just get terrible. Oh yeah, the vegan male sabotage sounds right. Yeah. We all know how much you love some meat, Popo. But no, like I don't know, I'm so used to I'm sure I could do it. It would just take a lot of effort and a lot of time, and I also money, frankly. And I don't have much money. Now there's no exception to that. Yeah.
뭐든 해서 벌어야 했어. 10대까지는 어떻게든 해냈지. 대학에 갔을 때부터 무리가 왔어.
Yeah.
한 번에 너댓 개씩 일을 뛰었던 것 같아.
I feel like it.
학비는 고사하고
Okay, so not really.
집중할 수도 없더라.
Yeah, I was supposed to say like not really vegan at all, Fossil, because you're like, yeah, I'm like trying to do vegan, but like with chicken and eggs and like some red meat and like cheese. Like,
크게 아프고
and I
나서야
think it's good to cut down on meat
도움을
production because it's
청구자의
also
생각이 들었어.
really hard on the environment. Like, factory farms produce a lot of biohazard waste that is not disposed of properly, and there's a lot of like waste from that. It's bad. But also like the amount of energy that has to go into like producing and harvesting the crops that are fed to those animals. Like it's a lot. Like there's a lot of emissions from producing a hamburger, and I'm sure there are emissions from like producing meat alternatives. Although I would say, because I know there's an old Age of Armor guy video where he tried like to test the soy theory, like that soy feminizes you or whatever. And he talked about how he found that for a lot of meat, like a lot of food products with meat, what you like about it isn't the meat itself, it's the seasoning. Like he said, like vegan sausages are like taste the exact same as regular sausages because the thing that's good about sausages isn't really the meat, it's all of the flavorings and seasonings and stuff, you know? And that's the case for a lot of stuff. I think that I'd need to be able to do that. Smash King Stress. Yeah, that's true too. Anyway.
콘서트가 끝난 밤이었어. 좋아 보이시길래 들어갔지. 한참
Oh yeah, if you're
다른
doing for other
말을
people, then
둘러댔어.
it gets harder.
타이밍 찾기도 힘들더라. 거의 대화가 없었거든. 겨우 돈 얘기를 꺼냈지.
선생님은 뭐라?
Oh. Go ahead, slowly open. Okay. Pronoun slightly fucked up there, maybe.
실망했다고.
Oh.
원하는 게 뭐든 나한테는 허락할 수가 없다고. 도로 나가는 것 말곤 할 수 있는 게 없었어.
그 정도였다니.
수치스럽고 원망스러웠어. 해주실 수 있잖아요.
Okay.
도와주실 수 있잖아요. 매달리면 더 경멸당할 것 같았어.
친척이나 다른 가족은
Are you heading out, Fossil?
아버지도 나도 그분들께는 가족이 아니야. 그땐 더 일을 늘릴 수 있는
School
상태도
tomorrow. Oh,
아니었어.
good night. Thank you for stopping by, Fossil. Enjoyed having you here. Get your rest. Yeah, his father was an asshole.
그럼 장학금 얘긴
홧김에 자퇴하겠다고 갔거든. 그때
I think his mother
교수님께서
might have been dead by
배려해
that
주셨어.
point. She's never been brought up, so I'm assuming that she wasn't around.
집안일은 모르셨어. 그건 베스타에서야 밝혀진 얘기니까. 몰랐으니까 도와주셨을 거야. 못 받은 사람도 황당해할 만해. 날 비난한다고 해도 할 말은 없어.
Okay, he just tried. He wanted to be a decent person and have a chance. Guy bit his lip hard.
생각이 짧았어. 나만 생각한 거야. 졸렬한 생각으로 민폐를 끼치고 말았어.
Also, it's not like this is something that pisses me off about whenever you have to apply for student aid, is that they always want you to, or they want to know how much money your parents make or made, and it's like, why do you care? Like, why does that matter? I'm the student who's going out and studying and like gonna have to make, like, I'm the one who's gonna have to pay for this, like. And it changes how much money you can qualify for from student loans. But like, I never, like, my parents weren't funding my education. Like, they had RESP for me and stuff. But like, if student loans had to cover everything that I needed, and otherwise I needed to get a job for it. Like, my parents would bail me out if they needed to, but like that wasn't. I don't know. It pissed me off, especially in a situation. I mean, Guy Hayek's more dramatic, but like,
그런 거였냐고
there are a lot of people whose parents
비웃으셨겠지.
don't care and like aren't going to help them or aren't able to, and these like. The student funding formulas haven't really kept up with inflation the way they should have. So like a lot of people don't get as much money as they need because these things haven't kept up.
여전히 홀로
frustrating.
서지 못하는 반푼이냐고. 여기서도 결국 자기한테 기대서 득을 보는 게 아니냐고.
What year are you in, Scrozu? Who's been saying that since like 2014? Dude. Guys, how's it going? How are you doing?
형, 괜찮아?
We're gonna kiss. With his head half raised, got your head put on a faint smile.
괜찮아. 왠지 시원하네. 더 일찍 얘기할 수 있었으면 좋았을
Reliving your
텐데.
childhood? Oh, in a good or a bad way? Like mine agree so much, but we have to make up. Yeah, no, like my opinion with this, and like controversial but brave opinion, if you're studying really for any degree, it should be paid for by it should be free. Like paid for by the taxpayer, which like is fine because those people go on to make more money and pay more taxes. Like it's a cyclical thing. If you cover those costs, more people can go into the fields that need to be filled. And also, crucially, you get people who are doing better. And it shouldn't just be like a bare minimum funding thing. This has pissed me off for fucking ever. Because it's bullshit that even if you can make it into school, even if you take out the student loans and whatever, why are we like at a point in time when people are still developing mentally, like their brains are still developing, they're still growing people, we relegate them to a shitty diet. Like everyone knows what the college student diets. We don't give them the funding for a proper diet. We don't give them funding often for proper housing. We don't give them the time to get proper rest. Like, and obviously it's a school environment. It'll be stressful. That's fine. But there needs to be like more money just given, not as a loan that need, because like the reality is if you get a degree, you're going to generally be earning more money and you're going to be paying back that loan. And the incentive for the government then is to attract more high-paying jobs that generate more tax revenue so that they can actually pay it back faster. But instead, because like the government is still funding all of it to begin with, like all the best universities in Canada are public universities. They're funded by the government in one way or another for the most part. Like it's just tuition is students having to pay to go there. The government could just choose to fund that. Because the government has the money to do it, because they give out all that money in student loans. Like, they could drop the money on that, and instead of keeping it as a loan, which is an ongoing liability on the balance sheet, costs money for accountants to deal with all that bullshit, it fucking sucks. Yeah, and they don't get proper support, and, like, there aren't resources to help you learn how to, like, function as an adult when you're in a stressful situation like that. And obviously, like, I don't think people should be babied. You're an adult, you have to figure some stuff out, but, like, the odds are stacked against students at university, regardless of what they're studying. I know people who are studying like pretty simple stuff, and it still gets to them because you're still getting your degree and it still matters. I'd say simple. I mean, like, I guess not life or death type of thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I went to an online university for the last few years of it, and I had to pay a lot of fees for shit that pissed me off. And to it, we almost had to pay a fortune because the government in my province. Okay, I went to a place called Athabasca University, which doesn't really reveal much about me because it's a massive school. It's online, and it's situated in a small town in rural Alberta. And the staff and students are everywhere. It's a global school. It was like one of the first online schools, or first line, or I think one of, if not the first, like accredited proper full online university. Like, it's been doing distance education for a long ass time. Its whole thing was to try and make education more accessible in rural places. And either last year or the year before, the provincial government tried to mandate that everyone who was a staff member at Athabasca had to move to Athabasca, which is like, the staff of the university is like twice the size of the population. Like, would have completely ruined everything. Would have cost a fortune. It was so dumb. I can't ramble about this too much because it makes me so annoyed. But yeah, like, just, it should be free. Education should be free. We all recognize that it's important for people to be educated, and over the last few years, we've realized what a consequence it is when there are so many fucking stupid people out there who don't have access to an education. The professor granted Guy Hayek the scholarship to help him recover from a financial problem. Didn't know about it, but it was still illegal. I'll say, I'm sorry, I know your school is fucking disastrous with some of this stuff right now, Squidgy. Gerald did life without his father abandoned him, had to defend for himself, yeah. I keep going on tangents. Assumption staff. Oh great, let's go back to Jiyoung. Get the assumption staff.
그러고 보니
It meets various conditions though. Oh, we can't lump all the staff together when speculating.
talk too much.
Okay, I guess I'll just end the stream here. Goodbye everyone, it was nice playing. Thank you. Goodbye. Trying to make the game activate again, so I know it's actually still working. Fuck around and find out, Puppo. Everyone realize why it's not good to be mean to me. Everyone should be nicer. I know I said it about myself, but you guys are supposed to be like, no, you're fine. We love you. You're perfect and amazing. Anyways, let's get back to the game.
얘기야.
God, I'm not good at focusing on this anymore. We should also consider the possibility they're not a staff member. If we raise suspicion without thinking carefully, we could end up facing severe backlash. You're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you look like Seal.
네.
Right, we're still in the process. Jim, look towards Seal. You're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you look like Sail.
일단은
There's a staff member among us. Let's just be careful about what we say. I'll make sure I don't offend him. No, I'm gonna make sure I offend him. They'll wouldn't like it if we try and hold any staff responsible. No, it's fine, Popo. I'm just teasing you, don't worry. The info.
뭐랄까.
It was clearly odd that they would talk about my university days, since it was barely mentioned during the show.
그럼
Could it be that they're one of the school employees? Guy Haig's gaze turned to one side. He shook his head after pondering a bit.
아닐 거야.
Honestly, I like being able to make those jokes. The like, alright, cool, I'm ending stream here. Because I feel like chat rarely says anything that would justify me trying to make one of those jokes, and so I just found it funny. Don't worry, I promise I'm not mad, Puppo. I promise, I pinky swear. They talked about now I'm worried that, I'm sorry. They talked not only about me, but also everyone else. Since they knew about everyone, they're not my school employee.
아마.
Look at us smiling. Don't worry, don't spiral. Thank you for. Actually, I need to get some more water really quickly, so I'll go do that, and then I will come right back. I'm back. We drank a wawa. How was the staring contest? Wait, I need to recalibrate properly. I end up smiling too much and then it ends up fucking my expressions up the whole time. I hate this all. I do. It's personal.
역시.
Taking into account the way they handle things, it'll take quite some time. I like that we're talking about someone getting banned from Twitter. Seems quite a few people have reported the incident.
그치만
It is early in the morning, so it could also be an obstacle. Damn it, might help if we just block the account.
우리야.
Or we could just ignore him, but that wouldn't be wise. Someone will surely spot it and pass it on to us. Gaiag raised his watch and dropped his arm. He opened his mouth again after letting out a sigh. I guess we're doing this to come up with our own solution. Excuse me. If this goes on, it'll continue to affect our mental health. I need to get art of myself with the men from this game. Not Sail. Sail doesn't get to be part of that. I just hope things don't get out of hand.
아닐 거야.
Do you think Sungyeon is really accessing Fader overseas?
보래도
Who can give full credit to someone who's hiding their true IP?
역시.
Maybe they were just bluffing, but their murder threat could have just happened by coincidence. Gaihaeg looked at Doyen again after mumbling something to himself.
어쩌면
Sungyeon is meant to keep us confused. They want us to feel anxious and respond frantically on Fader.
아니
I mean, it could be the real Sungyeon. They might have stolen an account from her, like her phone or something, when she died. Well, I won't let them have their way. Could they use Plughole to somehow fight for them? He didn't shake his head after a brief pause.
저기
That's why you shouldn't respond to this guy in any way.
알고 있었어.
Don't worry, I wouldn't waste my precious data on that troll. The last man standing gets the victory in this kind of battle. If I'm eliminated, I am all vulnerable. You sound like you've had some fights online before.
그건
Seen many Beastars threads on Fader. I smiled bitterly. I've learned enough about how ugly things could get on Fader. His alumni testimony. I can understand why he doesn't know that. You took time off from school because of your family accident, but how?
그게
You heard them. There was literally no interaction between us. Gaihak faintly smiled at Doyen, who was tilting his head.
도윤아,
You must have many friends.
아니야.
No, but why
그건
school friends, alumni, and my acquaintances? I never talked about my family to them. I never initiated talking to them. Rather, I always kept my distance from them. You'll have a whole different perspective when you know my reason. Gaihak lowered his head as if feeling embarrassed. Is it because of the family culture?
그랬지.
You know my father's family. They're ashamed of both me and my father. I guess he didn't like his family either, since he never took me there.
이거면
As if they were strangers.
그렇지.
None of our relatives even came to his funeral. Seriously? It's unbelievable. Now I'm getting criticized again because I've joined Beastars and people started to find out about my family background. Judging someone's class when forming a relationship. I understand that. You provided them nothing for their judgment of you then. Sad, huh? I was basically isolating myself from people by building a wall around me. His father had severed relationships with his relatives, couldn't visit them, funeral not open to the public. Well, that could be a virtue of artists. Didn't continue while pulling at his own earlobe.
나는
I wasn't all that sociable either. I learned from Beastars that you frequently moved.
그랬었지.
My dad, he was always on a business trip, taking care of all the dirty, dangerous, and demanding tasks. I had to bounce around my relatives' houses.
혹시
Were your relatives nice to you?
그거야.
Of course, but I didn't feel comfortable. After creating the band in high school, I rarely went home. I know it sounds corny, but I was feeling lonely. Let's just say you were a solitary person.
그래.
Yeah, that. But the thoughts and emotions from that moment, I think they helped me write songs.
Huh?
Is that why you mentioned the virtue of an artist?
음.
See, I'm pretty good at comforting others.
그래.
I can't help it if I'm twice as good as you.
Hi Chase, welcome in. How are you doing? Okay, let's say you are. Stinny. Maybe it was a bit off point. Well, his father was working abroad. He had yeah. Hi, hello. I hope you're doing well. Anyway, the things people love about you right now.
그렇지?
Maybe they were created during the time of your isolation.
이해했어.
I know what you mean. Thank you. I'm okay now. Didn't we just have one of these with you? God damn. Oh wait, the mother.
내가 너무 처지게 했지?
The game is like, we heard you complaining, bitch.
미안해.
Here's more information.
복잡한 상황에서
아니야 형. 그런 말 할 것 없어. 페이터에서
he's just like
저렇게
me.
떠들 만한 일 아니야.
Being like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm boring everyone with what I'm talking about. Diane paused.
근데 어머니께선 그 난리 겪을 때 아무 말씀도 없으셨어?
Gaihak raised his head after a brief silence.
나나 어머니나 같은 처지였어. 선생님께 묻힌 채로 버티면서 사는.
Oh.
묻혔다는 뜻은
선생님의 위광에 가린 사람들. 빛 근처에 지는 그림자처럼. 자유도 경제권도 없었어. 함께 어려움을 버티는 길밖에 없었지.
Okay, so his mother wasn't dead. The flip side, Gaihak's father, Bang He was a very selfish person, getting no attention from his father. Gaihak and his mother lived in poverty.
그런 건 학대잖아.
Gaihak stared at Doyen for a moment, or somewhere beyond Doyen.
처지가 같은 우린 서로 의지하면서 살면 됐어. 어쩌면 어머니는 선생님께서 돌아봐 주시길 바랬을지도 모르지만 몸까지 아프셨으니 더 외롭고 힘드셨을 거야.
아프셨다니.
일형 당뇨였어. 평생 인슐린 주사를 달고
Oh,
사셨지.
God. I mean, at least it's not like inescapable where diabetes became like a murder tool. Gaihak paused for a moment.
날 가지면서 악화되는 바람에 합병증까지 왔어. 돌아가셨을 땐
Oh, she did die.
꽤 오랫동안 방황했어.
Oh, Gaihak looked disturbed.
선생님 그제서야 날 돌아봐주는 눈치였어.
Oh, that's...
다 늦어버린 다음이었는데.
거리를 느낄 수밖에 없었네. 선생님의 신비주의 뒤에 이런 얘기가 있을 줄은 진짜 몰랐어.
God, his father was such a piece of shit.
돈이야. 그거면 어떤 이야기도 없는 걸로 할 수 있어. 또 어떤 루머도 진실처럼 만들 수 있고. 이젠 옛날 얘기야. 모두 돌아가셨고 난 금수저일 뿐이지.
뭐라고 해야 할지 정말 모르겠어.
고통스럽던 기억도 이젠 추억이야. 나는 그저 그립기만 해.
I was just hearing about his shitty father has improved our mental health. We're like, damn, glad my dad didn't suck.
그렇다면
If we take into account those eliminated from the top 10,
그랬지.
most of them were on bad terms with Hayasung.
Hmm.
One person had the most trouble with Hayasung. I hesitated, pondering what to say. It was Hyoju.
Huh.
Oh, she and Hayasung hated each other. Hayasung also mentioned Hyoju in the post. I mean, I don't know what the other one's trying to say. She could be Seungyeon, but I must receive the watch. She must have known the password and her account and password. We shouldn't jump to conclusions yet. It's not going to change anything anyway. I guess you're right.
그럴 거야.
I'm just saying the name comes to mind if I think about it. Hagan crossed his arms and checked his sleeves. She was also eliminated in the first round of the finals. Let's keep her in mind and move on. You'll just too. That wouldn't matter then, because she would have been gone before we got the password policy. And the staff assumption.
솔직히
To be honest, I'm not comfortable talking about it. Every time something happened, the staff members were always the first to be blamed. If we accuse the staff of being Seungyeon,
그렇지만
it won't look good, but... I closed his eyes and paused for a moment. We use the fader account provided by the show.
그렇다는 건
Since one account is bound to each watch, we can't log into another's, right?
그래도
Still, the others know the sensitive information about our account. If they know the account and password, they can access the cloud server. Gaihak let out a sigh while continuing his remarks. I shouldn't fixate my thoughts on one thing. I also think about other suspect pools. Alright, Inha. Wow, we have 9 more to go across just these two, and we've only gotten 3 out of the first ones. How many even? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's gonna be a whole bunch of new pieces of information here. Let's talk about the grudge.
그렇다면
The Hyosung and you in particular? If that's the case, one thing does come to mind. Although it might not be true.
괜찮아.
Hurry up and tell me. The soccer. They were also harsh on Hyosung and you. Oh! So Sale does have some beef with me. Fake ass bitch. Ina continued while fiddling with her ears.
그게
Everyone knew that I was on bad terms with Hyosung.
그랬어.
Even B-Stars openly showed it. They wrote comments about how they want to kill him.
나는
But why me? What do you mean, why? Because B-Stars wanted it to seem as if there's romantic chemistry between us. Because we look good together.
그거 있잖아.
Because I'm kind of photogenic. I look good on screen. I knew that wasn't gonna work. Excuse me?
야
I'm the one who's truly photogenic. You were in it as a sidekick.
그래.
Okay, if you say so. Ina continued while shaking her head. My question is the stalker related to me?
설마
If that's the case,
아니야.
isn't it just the stalker's unrequited love? That's true, but I'll keep what you've said in mind. Right, we should go into details then.
말이 돼?
The password was shared and the security was terrible. I only used Fader, so I didn't realize how risky it could have been.
아무래도
Each account was bound to each watch anyway.
말하자면
Only Hyosung had access to photos in the cloud.
그래서
That's why we weren't able to immediately figure out how it was leaked. Yuna scratched her short hair hard.
그러니까
That's what I'm saying. Even if we narrow our suspect pool to people who know the password, I can't even imagine how many there would be.
아닌 것 같아.
Well, it would have to be someone who also specifically knows that Hyosung has that watch, and we didn't know about it until we got in here, which means the others probably didn't know much either. Can't be that
왜
many.
그래?
On what ground do you say so?
아마도
If it was widespread, Hyosung's photos would have been spread long before.
그럴싸해.
That makes sense. You need to know the account in order to access the cloud. You might be able to narrow down the pool. I heard something in the past. I asked some of the old staff members about stalker issues. See if anything similar had happened in previous seasons.
아마도
I guess there were.
맞아.
Bingo! They had a stalker in every season. One of them even showed up at a closed set filming. Ina continued while holding onto her shoulders. He even came to the filming location for an audition mission.
대체
Was the production schedule leaked? How was that possible?
내 말이.
Exactly, the stalkers gather whatever information they can get their hands on. Believe it or not, he even showed up at the contestants' private dinner. He was finally arrested there. He
그러면
was arrested? Did it end there? Ina raised her face and she looked bitter.
아니야.
They just let him go with a warning. That whole ordeal kind of petered out after the contestant was eliminated from the audition. That's scary. Anyhow, stalkers are not stupid at gathering information. Stalkers collect personal information randomly in past restart seasons, yeah. The process delayed. Oh yeah, we have to go to new. So why wasn't it taken care of if reports had already been made?
아무래도
Might have to wait a little longer. I can't wait to see them exposed. They should pay for their devilish mouth.
아닌 것 같아.
I won't let them escape.
그래도
Considering the way they've been blabbering on, I don't think they'll burrow that fast. Yeah, we'll stay put until they get caught.
진짜.
Why do you think the law exists? It's for capturing a scumbag like them. Now we're talking about the law?
그래.
Yes, the law. The important thing is to punish them severely.
그게 아니면
That's the only way to break the damn chain. Strong distaste for crime. Yeah, so did just about everyone in Inescapable. Inha, are you okay?
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you okay with the current situation? I'm pissed off. Don't get agitated, that's what they want.
됐어.
I know. What's the point of getting angry here? You should also pray that their identity is revealed ASAP. Also, we're going back to the others and talk about the stalker quick. Well, there we go. Now we're getting some more of them.
분명해.
Of course it's a crime to stalk someone. Time has passed, but these people never change.
혹시
Were there many when you were in the group?
물론이야.
It was bad. I saw some horrible cases. Speaking of which, something comes to mind.
그래요?
What is it? I think it'd be helpful to know. It might have something to do with this case.
나도야.
I agree with you. I'll just tell you how they try and access the information. Jung began her story while staring at her feet.
들어봐.
They intentionally approached the manager or agency staff, making an approach completely disguised as a coincidence. Some of them use their connections to dig up personal stories or find out about schedules.
그게
Or they would even bribe agency staff. It's hard to say now, it's hard to say no once the relationship is established and money is exchanged hands. It's an awful lot of effort to stalk someone. Surprising, huh? This kind of thing actually happened a lot. I mean, we know Sale's a stalker.
그건
Stalker. I know what it feels like to have my privacy invaded.
혹시
What are the odds of them having the information on contestants, huh? Might have used all means necessary to get the information.
글쎄
Gaihag blurred his last words. Esslingan sniped at every contestant.
뭐랄까
Stalkers are usually obsessed with one target, not everyone.
그럼
Then they're not a stalker, I guess. Gaihag pondered while rubbing his chin.
그런 거면
We should ask for advice from someone who might have some good ideas about our situation. We can't talk to each other forever without coming to a conclusion. Okay, so we're up to 5 now. We need 7 more. There's 1 more from her. 2, 3, 4. Fuck. So many are going to come up from our conversation with Sale, I just know it. Foreign IP, trying to play smart. Africa? Seriously far. Esslingan is clearly afraid of something.
그래.
If what they said was true, there's no reason for them to hide.
그래.
Yeah, they blabbered on while pretending to be Sangyeon. Photo was stolen from Hyosung. We'll be able to figure out their identity if we keep tracking. Two of them slowly nodded. They must pay for the mayhem they've created. We're almost there. University friend, huh? I struggled with the university entrance exam when it was too late, and then I gave up. Okay, I grew up under a great father and went to a good university. Happy life, isn't it? I just envy him.
맞아.
Oh.
그렇잖아.
People tend to want more if they can't have it.
나는
I devoted my whole life to the band when I was in high school. I didn't even think much about going to university. We were both in the same shoes. I have no regrets because I was happy. Definitely. Still jealous though. If it's about the campus life, you should ask Guy Hayek about it. I'm no expert on that matter. Top 10 assumption.
그거는
We all received them during the finals,
그랬었는데.
although it took some time to unlock useful functions.
어쨌든
Didn't they retrieve them by saying how they needed to tweak them? That's why the watch was turned into a piece of crap after I got it back.
결국
Nothing working except Fader. And you barely used Fader. Never had any passion for it.
그렇다니까.
It's very typical of you. Anyhow, all contestants must know the password then. You've narrowed down the pool further, right?
글쎄.
Who knows? What if the premise of SNN is one of the contestants is wrong? Right. We might end up going back to square one. Staff assumption.
그러면
I guess not all, but some of them could know about it. Wait, I think I'm getting somewhere here. In a frown and sunk her head, then suddenly she raised her head. I once forgot my password. She could forget.
그럴지도.
We could forget the password, it could happen.
아니 잠깐.
Hey, I'm talking about what happened in the past, not now. In the past, when? Shortly after I received my watch.
아니야?
Frankly, the password didn't concern me since it was given to us, right? Maybe because of that I had a hard time remembering it.
어쨌든
So I was lost in thought with the watch on my wrist. But then a staff member came to me and told you the password.
야
Don't you cut in. But yes,
혹시
a Fader account manager. Did the person look familiar?
아니었어.
No, not at all. So you get it now. Some staff members do know about the watch policy. Felt odd at the time, but it feels worse now. Interesting. Then the soccer. Shoot, I need a break.
괜찮아?
Are you alright? Should we stop talking about this? Ina raised her pale face. I'd rather talk about something else. Talking about the stalker's already giving me enough stress. I'm getting burned out here. Am I not right? Do you want to smell it?
아니야.
No, never mind. My mistake.
왜 그래?
Why are you looking so distracted? I like how you're trying to narrow down the suspect pool, but should we move on to the other subjects? So, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, Grudge.
그거야.
Grudge. I think it's so many haters.
글쎄.
The haters and people holding a grudge are not the same.
그렇다고 볼 수 있죠.
Not so much these days. People are so impatient these days, they can do anything once they're pissed off. Sales spoke again after a brief pause.
근데
Speaking of haters, you were also getting quite a fair share of haters recently. I know, come to think of it, Essingan specifically mentioned Haesung and me.
저 그런데요.
In that sense, how about your band members? As a suspect, you mean? Joanne held his breath for a second.
아니야.
No. The masquerade is very special to me.
그거야.
I'm not talking about what you think. You never know what your other members think about you. The record deal had been cancelled and the team was breaking down from inside. Darren didn't want to spoil anything, but he had to oppose the deal. Because he wanted to keep everyone together and protect the band. You remember the time they'd spent together in the euphoric moments of their live concerts.
말하자면
No matter what you think about them, they might think differently. That's true. When he said he wanted to protect the band, the members opposing his decision were just sneering at him. Yeah. Futile protest. Devin shook his head. But I'm not Essingan's only target. Any of my band members as a suspect? That would be absurd.
알겠어요.
I was just suggesting not to leave out any possibility.
혹시
What about the staff? Essingan impersonated Seungyeon? Anyone on your mind?
그렇다는 건
Oh, that really widens the suspect pool. It's like they had Haesunger in the grudge of the staff from shows other than B-Stars as well. What do you mean? He wasn't on anything else. We might get lost if we consider all of them. Alright, the grudge assumption.
그런가?
Haters, staff members. I'm not even sure if grudge is the right word to use here.
그럼
Then should we leave that out of the discussion?
글쎄,
Jiren tilted her head and paused for a moment.
역시
Haters could actually hold a grudge too. I'm speaking from my own experience from Beloved.
어?
Did something happen?
아니야.
No major incident, nothing like that. But it's just that there were a lot of minor negative things.
그게
Would you call that a grudge? It's a little vague.
그러면
What about the staff? I should be careful when talking about them. Why would they associate Hyasung with you? Frankly, I believe it's the power of editing that did it. I averted his gaze and slurred the last words.
괜찮아.
I'm alright. I'm trying to talk about something else. In your opinion, when did I suddenly start getting haters? Do you want me to tell you? I have some ideas, of course, but people around me might have different ideas. I know what you're trying to say, but...
있잖아.
Of course it's about Masquerade. Oh, never mind.
그래.
Yeah, please don't make me say it. I'm sorry, I was surprised too. I checked Doyen's response. If you go deeper, no one's free from haters. As for me, the old fans had a change of heart when I made it to the finals. Doyen unknowingly bit his lip. Everyone's biting their lip and stroking their chin, and their eyes are quivering. The fans were always there for them since the very beginning. They knew the journey and hardships the band had gone through. Their criticism was especially painful. There were new people. Half and half at the most now. Since the story started to spread, people have been criticizing me as well.
도인아,
I want you to look on the brighter side. I'm saying this now because of S. Sung-yeon.
그렇다면
What about Hyasung?
아무래도
I think it's about the scandal. Expectations were great, and so was the anger from the betrayal. Yeah. I think we should stop talking about this now. The haters. And Inha, the grudge.
생각해볼게.
Haters? Not so sure. It's too vague to accuse S. Sung-yeon of being responsible for this.
그래?
You don't think it makes sense?
그렇잖아.
Even if they got lots of time and are passionate. I understand that you and Hyasung have lots of haters, but I also had my share of haters, plus the stalker. Mina shrugged her shoulders. I guess not haters then. You look so disappointed. Don't worry, we'll figure them out. Keep thinking.
그럴
They didn't manage passwords securely. They unilaterally set up all our watches with the same password to make it easy to manage them. All our watches? You didn't have one. At least not every staff member knows the password, right?
그렇죠.
Right, only the relevant staff knows about it, I guess. The staff are all too busy to mind others' business. So you can't really nail down the suspects among the staff. Scratch his lips with his finger.
어쩔 수 없죠.
We tend to answer not clearly in defense of ourselves. If anything bad happens, the staff are the first ones whom Fader users will nag at.
그래.
Yeah, I know that. It's always been like that. If we widen our perspective a bit more, hacking is another possible explanation. Our accounts have always been vulnerable to hacking due to the poor security level. Maybe our accounts are already hacked by someone out there. Assumption hacker. God damn it, now we gotta go back through everyone again.
근데
A hacker doesn't sound very likely.
그게
They came out while considering the password access, but it's not like they had demanded money. Although some hackers tend to leak info just for the fun of it. We're making a wild guess. Cross her arm, touch her cheek with her finger. Use an impersonated account to make an appearance, right? They seem disgruntled or even frustrated. A hacker has nothing to do with us when go that
맞아요.
far. It's true, it doesn't sound very probable. I don't want to leave something out that isn't probable.
뭐랄까.
I don't see the context.
그건
It was brought up because someone hacked into the
그치만-
cloud. I just don't see why they'd do that by impersonating Sung-yeon. They certainly succeeded in gaining attention if that's what they were going for. Our hack tilted his head while mumbling something. We were overly focusing on the photos only.
아니야.
No, we're trying to come up with a possible suspect pool for now. We need to gather whatever clues we can get our hands on. Keep going over them. Maybe he's gone.
내 참.
Someone might have hacked into it several times already. There was also a strange accident while using Fader.
어?
A strange accident?
그게
For instance, I received a login failure message when I wasn't even using Fader. I found new Fader friends whom I'd never added. It gave me chills. Something's off for sure.
맞아.
Something's clearly off. And among all things, how would you explain the login failure?
그렇잖아.
Right? I thought I made a mistake at first. Thank God our Fader could only be accessed from each watch.
하여튼
I even asked the staff member to change the password for me, but they refused it by mentioning the policy.
그럼
What you said is true, the stalker could be included in our suspect list. I'm pretty sure of it. If not, why would that happen to me? Also, I'm really worried about another, like, glitch. Nope. Alright, Sail. Wait. Oh, Sail isn't neutral on me. Okay, I thought he was for a second there. Alright, the info. Cool, we're gonna have to talk to everyone again.
그게요.
If you limit the scope to people who had or who hold personal information on contestants,
그거 있잖아.
that narrows down the scope, does it?
그게요.
I could be wrong, but then only B-Star's staff should be considered. Not even all of them.
그리고
And there are agencies we outsource the background checks to. That's about it.
사실은
No, there's another group that we shouldn't miss. He'll point his finger to absent-minded Doyen.
네.
The audition contestants. As the saying goes, the beacon does not shine on its own base. God damn it.
내 생각.
I think... I didn't even start.
일단은
Wait, I just want to go over one thing. You covered her face in her hair. What are you doing? You raised her head.
어?
Thinking? It's a habit of mine. You didn't know? No, it's my first time seeing you do that.
그런가?
I see. Anyway, I've been thinking about it. Anyone out there could find the info if they were really determined to find it. Out there?
예를 들어서
A private investigator, for example. You're saying Eslingan hired a private investigator?
그게
Oh, it's just a wild guess to expose who Eslingan could be. Seems to widen our pool of suspects. Just forget what I said. It wasn't worth considering. That's actually ridiculous, and I feel embarrassed. Excuse me. We'll talk about it inside.
그럴지도.
From what I hear, there were also various rumors among the contestants.
아무래도
I should think so, since different people were put in one place. Erhard frowned as if he was trying to think of something. Most of them were groundless rumors. Only a few of them sounded plausible. Who was it about?
그래?
You're talking about, I'm curious. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna like that.
도윤아,
Leon, I'm just saying that's how I heard it. It's a rumor after all. Nobody knows the truth unless you're the actual person. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Contestants didn't know much about each other's business either. Gaihack nodded with a grim expression on his face.
아니야.
I'm not talking about the credibility of rumors. What bothers me is that some of the things that Esslingen said are the ones circulating among us, the contestants. We should consider this too. And what Esslingen said seemed to be rumors shared by B-Star's contestants.
Yeah.
Isn't that a lot? I guess not everyone was aware of the identical information. I think there must have been some kind of qualitative difference. And grabbed Doyen's arm while continuing her remarks.
잠깐만.
Hey, wait! I suddenly remember what one of our scriptwriters told me before. She said they share our info when they're writing scripts for the audition. I heard you give it to the writer, director, and video editors. To what extent? I wonder what kind of information she gave away. If it's something that Esslingen would mention, then it's a problem.
그렇다니까.
Right! I'm seeing stories that I haven't seen mentioned, or haven't even mentioned. We're here to join the audition, not to sell our private info. Gonna firmly close their mouth and frown. If they're gonna pry into our private lives, they should at least handle that information carefully. We shouldn't be discussing this right now. Alright. We finally know what to do.
한마디로
I wasn't expecting anything. It's highly unlikely they would take care of this immediately.
대체
Wonder how long they would neglect them like this. Everyone's
도윤이
disturbed.
형
Typical of Fader. It's a foreign service after all.
아무래도요.
We get the warrant the next day, but there's nothing we can do if they take months to process the
그게-
case. They don't have a branch here?
네.
It's been years since they first talked about establishing it here. You know what that means. Why did B-Stars create the official accountant?
그거야.
They have to. It's got the most users. Sales gaze turned toward Doyen's watch.
말하자면
They were fully aware that there are many malicious users. B-Stars already considered the heavy amount of complaints it would get from Fader
어쩔
users.
수 없죠.
The bigger the pool, the bigger the response. As you know, you need to be interested in someone to beat them up. Sale nodded, but his face turned grim again. They didn't know things would get this bad.
정말요?
That Esslingen was using a foreign IP, right?
맞아.
Right, their IP traces back to Africa.
100%예요.
That's typical. They disguise their IP to hide their identity.
저기
Does that mean we can't catch them? We can if we're able to track them down. Sale adjusted his glasses and looked Doyen straight in his eyes.
아무래도요.
But it's not easy to get to the tracing phase.
그래도
I remember reading an article that said we just have to gather data and submit it.
불확실해요.
So how are we supposed to do that when we're all trapped inside? You're right. It's not like we can do something with the watch. God, this has been bad for our sanity. It's afraid that somebody out there is keeping a record of everything from Fader. Essingen has to pay for raising hell, whether they're a murder or just an internet freak. For being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Second, one sec. I'm trying to see if I didn't hear back from someone. I don't know if they've... What's happening in Discord? Fossil, why are you giving away better passwords in there? Don't you know the buried stars need the password? Or Fossil's not here anymore. Fuck.
이제 알겠어요.
I guess Guy Heck was truly a mysterious person at the core.
그럴까?
Can't believe I didn't know about the accident.
그거야.
Guy Heck tends to draw the line, you know? Although we barely notice it because he's kind most of the time. I sense he likes to keep his distance from people in a very polite manner. Then continue while looking at the watch.
그래도
I guess the post wasn't intended for criticizing him. Looks like he's made no enemies so far. Unlike Hyasung's friends who were all out to get him. I guess he's always in first place for a good reason.
한마디로
Everything just works out for him, be it career, money, or fame. Sale stopped mumbling and flinching after seeing Doyen's gaze.
그리고
He's also lucky. His envy is everything. Talent, luck, and family background. Although he's now just one of the survivors waiting for rescue.
네.
They started issuing the watches during the finals.
있잖아.
The password policy was identical for everyone, right?
그렇죠.
Right, there was no need to change it. Sale scratched his temples while looking at the watch.
저
To be honest, the watch wasn't
그런데요.
even a finished product.
혹시
Oh, any untold story behind it?
모르겠어요.
I don't know the details, but you've experienced minor issues while using it, haven't you? Jen raises wrist to look at the watch.
그랬지.
Some of its functions don't work properly.
네.
Our sponsor didn't care about the integrity of the product as long as it was seen on TV. At the time, I was worried about it. But now, it's the only thing we can cling on to.
왜요?
You're awfully curious about the staff's work.
그건
I just need concrete info. Who were the Fader managers? Still glanced at Doyen with cold eyes. Yeah, he's not gonna like it, whatever.
설마.
Are you suspicious of the staff again?
저기
We need to narrow down the pool of suspects.
그치만
But you sound like you're interrogating me. I can't remember every one of their names. I'm sorry, just let me know if you can remember any.
네.
Yes, I will. After a brief silence, he drooped his head.
인정해요.
I'm sorry for overreacting.
그치만요.
Stop pouncing on the staff every time something bad happens. It doesn't feel good. Bitch, I don't fucking care. I knew you didn't mean it, but I just snapped. Yeah, bitch, you snap. Oh, let's talk with you about a stalker.
그거야.
It is fishy though. If bribery was offered, it would have been easy to find help.
아무래도요.
And it's difficult to trace the personal deals. Dan suddenly raised his head while rubbing his chin. They have like 8 actions. Are you saying the staff stole the info?
만에 하나.
I'm just assuming it's possible. Oh, so I'm not allowed to suspect the staff, but you are. The problem is that there's no hard evidence.
아무래도요.
It's not impossible. It's not like anyone cares about security. Hacking into the account would have been easy if someone put their mind to it.
저기
But everyone received the security training. Sale shrugged his shoulders.
그거야.
Maybe the executives and full-time workers,
그치만-
but there are many part-timers working at the studio. Considering their low wage, you can't expect too much from them regarding the security confidentiality issue.
있잖아.
Don't they sign a contract? There must be some provisions regarding security rules.
도윤이 형.
Do you remember everything that was written on the contract? I did peruse a few sections. You're a contestant, so that makes sense, but that's also you. Most of them just signed the paper without reading a sentence.
네?
Do you want to hear some more?
그랬어.
We've been meeting Sungyeon as contestants. I wondered how the staff thought about her, and that's why I'm asking you. Still changed his posture after a brief hesitation.
한마디로
First of all, we're sharing a common opinion about our relationship with her. We all agree that we're at Sungyeon's disposal. We call ourselves disposable tools because she uses us once and then throws us away.
그런
I didn't know she was that bad. That's because she never treated you, her products for sale, in a bad manner.
인정해요.
Of course they're treated differently from us. No reason to harbor a grudge if they were treated like that. Wouldn't you say?
그러면
She made a lot of enemies if that's how she usually treated you guys.
그렇다는
You
건
think Singin is one of the staff, don't you? Sale shrugged was shrugging his
아니.
shoulders. Not necessarily. I'm just gathering information to narrow the suspect
뭐
pool.
그래요?
It looks like you want to pin us down. What if you're wrong? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I did mean to offend him. Stanley shook his head, could barely see his eyes behind his glasses.
알겠어요.
I know you didn't mean to. But who really cares about a servant like me anyway?
그게
Dale, don't look down on yourself. No do.
세상.
That's what Hyasung actually said to me. They didn't know what to say. The staff weren't happy with Hyasung either. He ignored and looked down on us as if he was better than us. Okay, this is our final one. We've been here for ages. The agencies you outsourced the background checks to?
그게
What were they like? I'm not sure how to answer that.
한마디로
As far as I know, the work was divided among a number of subcontractors.
그러면
So did you guys hire multiple subcontractors? Yes, because in the beginning there were so many contestants, although the numbers rapidly decreased over time. Cell hesitated and lowered his head.
근데
But all the contracts have been terminated.
어?
All of them?
그렇죠.
Right. They'll ask the Doyen to check his complexion. Anyway, I'm sure they couldn't easily leak the information. I told you before, there was an indemnity clause in the contract.
아니었어.
It doesn't sound like something they'd do. If they get caught, they won't be able to cope with the aftermath of compensation and stuff.
정답이죠.
B-Star's collapse, not the production company. Background checking is their job. If they get caught wreaking havoc at a time like this, they might have to face a lawsuit.
맞아.
For them to act out of spite, the stakes are too high. Still spoke again after a brief pause. It's better to just keep one's mouth shut when the situation is very unstable. Even if Essingen was involved, I'm sure they did it on a personal level. The agency will never come forward to admit it. Let's save. We're going to get to the next conversation start, and that's probably where we'll call it, just because it's already been 3.5 hours. I think our relationship went down here. Yeah, things weren't great. Only with Jeong and Gae Hayek. Interesting.
이 얘기를 정리해봐야겠어.
At that moment, his watch flashed. It's been a while.
나타나셨군.
I had a hard time wrestling with Essingen. Essingen missed their timing to back off as we'd planned. Narrowed down the candidates. I've determined 3 premises. This Essingen person must be someone who has a motive to make a scene, knows your background, and knows your password in order to download the photo from Hyasung's cloud server. The conversation they had just had made him feel dizzy. He then began to organize the issues one by one. So it'd be one of the 3 sets. So the Stalker... There have to be someone who had a motive against all 3 of us, though. So that's the information. Motive to kill. And the password. But she went home too soon. The soccer... Fuck. I think the Stalker might be the one, but that wouldn't... Contestant doesn't. Staff doesn't. No, staff has the motive to kill the 3 of us who are involved. Or the 2 people who have been killed so far. They just might not kill me. Or they might... They might have felt like the producers weren't... You know what? We're gonna go with the Stalker. I don't think Stalker's right, but I... You know,
스토커는
Stalker may try all sorts of things to get closer to the target, yeah.
별의별 방법으로 대상한테 접근해. 스토커라면 그렇게 정보에 접근할 수 있었을지도 몰라. 이나는 외부에서 페이퍼 로그인을 시도했다는 메시지를 받은 적이 있다고 했어. 바깥에 누군가가 비밀번호에 접근한 걸 수도 있지. 스토커는 방송에서 이나랑 자주 엮인 날 극도로 적대시했어. 사이가 나쁘다고 알려진 혜성이한테도 마찬가지였지. 이 정도면 원한은 충분한지도 모르겠어.
Okay, I got it now. Wait, shit, sorry.
에스스의 정체 중 하나의
One of
가능성.
Essingen's possible identities is... It might be all three of those.
집착하면서
A stalker who hates everyone except their beloved Inho. Ina's stalker. A possible suspect believed to be Essingen. The stalker hates Haesung and Doyen. The person might have acquired sensitive information on the contestants, the watches, and password policy from insiders or via bribery, I guess. There's still others who had a potential to be Essingen. Oh, do we have to go through all of them? Think harder. I mean, the stalker could be someone on staff, which we know is the
하야는
case.
혜성이한테 불만이 많았다고 했어.
We know that
혜성이한테도 취급받으면서
we know that
쇼에 대한
Sale
불만도
is on
컸을
the
거야.
staff and was her stalker.
그게 원한으로
The
쓰였을지 몰라.
staff policy ones would match. But the staff and the
오디션 출연자 정보는
stalker.
스텝 내부에서 공유됐어. 그 정도나 범위가 어디까지인지는 불확실하지만
Also, I think it's interesting now we're not having these conversations with our
가진 정보 출처가
you know,
거기일 수도 있어.
fellow survivors. We're having these conversations just with Plughole now.
우리가 쓰는 계정이나 비밀번호는
Wonder if that's gonna come back and bite us in the
쇼에서 준
future.
거야. 관련 스텝이라면 비밀번호나 계정 정책을 알겠지.
Okay, I got it now.
SCN의 정체 중 하나의 가능. 오디션 쇼와 출연자.
Still others had potential. Yeah, so it's gonna be the...
짚어보자.
I thought that we'd only be able to choose one that seemed the most likely, but... The contestants are the last group.
혜성이한테 원하는
Haesung, or Hyoju might also hold a grudge against Haesung.
예선 내내
Argued out the preliminaries and she was eliminated in the first episode of the finals.
S승연이 그래서
Also meant...
급한
Oh, wait,
정도로
no.
마음에 걸려. S승연 글에는 출연자 사이에서 돌던 소문도 있다는 것 같았어. 정보를 얻은 경로는 거기였을지도 몰라. 본선 출연자는 전부 워치를 받았어. 2회부터는 개인 사용도 허락됐고.
Oh, was she part of the final round?
계정 패스워드 정책을 전달받았을 거야.
It said first round, but I thought that... I don't know. The second round was when they actually got the password policy.
S승연의 정체 중
Oh my god, her sanity's going back up. Hyoju, a contestant who wasn't on good terms with Haesung, was eliminated during the first... It's like... That one seems like just... unlikely. For now, Doyen had sorted out 3 possible suspects. Hello there, I have come from the future 500 million years from now. While I was waiting for your answer, the world has been devastated by environmental disasters. I was thinking, about environmental disasters? Or Singyan? You ready then? Tell me what you think. I think it's Ina's stalker.
사사건건 이나한테 집착했던 스토커. 우리 정보나 비번에도 어떻게든 접근했을 거야.
Pluggle's response was somewhat lukewarm. Seems plausible, but it has flaws. First flaw is the password. Stalker stole your password, pandemonium would have broken out there. If Essling had been collecting data, they could have responded promptly to our request. Talking about the photo and metadata? Of course. Remains to be seen, but I think that Essingen is not that meticulous despite having a lot of nerve. Essingen brought out their photo while trying to defend their position. Another point is the style. Essingen is nothing more than an attention seeker. They want to make fun of you while your hands are tied in there. Asking however Stalker has that kind of characteristic. I think this troll is nothing more than a small fry. Essingen even dissed their own diva, Inha. Could be a disguise to hide the true intention. Essingen must be praying for Inha's survival. Going to take control again, I guess. It may sound ridiculous, but Singha could even be one of the victims. So, you think so? Nice try, but the logic isn't solid. I'll give you a 70 out of 100 for that. Go back to square one. Username contains part of her name. Username. Producer. The name of the producer. Oh, is he just gonna answer that's the staff for me? Sungyeon still stands tall even after her death was officially announced. Come to think of it, a member of the program staff could be a suspect. One more thing. I hear your watches are not on the market yet. The camera was built into Hyosung's watch only, and staff would be the only ones who'd know that, yeah. You didn't even know about the cloud backup thing. Could the viewers have known about that? I don't think so. Then there's the motive, information, and password. Seems way more probable, sir. Wow, I'm telling you the answer. I'll give myself 100 out of 100 and let's call it a day. No, wait. Hold on. I'm not done yet. Talk to others based on the premise that Sungyeon is one of the staff members. There must be information that only you guys can access. After collecting enough clues, let's knock out that worm with a critical blow. Then all the anxiety will subside and you'll be safe. I hope so. Remember, safety is the most important thing to you. It would not surprise me in the slightest if Sungyeon is plug hole and they're using this to get more info out of me and try and guide the conversation. Go talk to your friends. Get back to me later. I hope our channel stays online until then. That was the last of the messages. Difficult to read his mind from his casual tone. It's true that Sungyeon's comments and existence were agitating people. If he was going to ward off this troll, Doyeon had no choice but to trust Plughole. Doyeon said Sungyeon could be one of the staff members.
사진 유출이나 쇼에 대해 떠드는 건 얼추 설명이 돼. 그치만 스텝이 한둘도 아니고 다들 병원에 실려갔을 텐데 지금 얘기만 가지고 뭘 시도해 볼 수나 있어?
우리끼리 이러쿵저러쿵 해도 결론까지 가긴 힘들 것 같아. 잘못하면 새로운 위협이 될 수 있어. 차라리 지금까지 안 걸 바깥에 알리면.
역추적 중이라고 광고하면 안 되지. 직접 나서다 서혜성처럼 되기라도 하면.
그런데 왜 또 스텝이에요? 이쯤 되면 과학이네. 스텝이 무슨 동네북이에요? 뭔 사건만 나면 우리래?
You are proving at every possible opportunity that you have a ton of animosity towards the contestants, buddy. Like, you're not helping your
바깥은
case.
신경 끄고 얌전히 구조나 기다리자고요.
손 놓고 쟤 떠드는 대로 두들겨 맞자고? 또 무슨 얘기를 까고 나올지 모르는데? 다 늦은 다음엔 대응이고 뭐고 안 될지도 몰라. 난 어떻게든 저 자식 사라졌으면 좋겠다고.
Now put her arms around her shoulders and tremble.
이나 씨.
Jung held Ina's her hand.
뭐든 해보는 거 나쁘지 않다고 생각해. 그냥 관종인지 혜성이를 해친 범인인지도 아직 모르고. S승연! 다음 차례가 한도윤이라고 했다고! 범인인지 아닌지도 모른 채로 우린 또 떨면서 기다리겠지. 그냥 아무 일 없이 넘어가기를. 그런 꼴은 안 맞아.
누나.
정체 까보면 범인인지 아닌지도 알 수 있겠지. 맞다면 잡는 데 도움을 주는 거고 아니라도 입 다물게 할 수 있어.
Finally, Gaia and Sale nodded too.
뭐 알겠어요. 그치만 어떻게?
스텝이란 범위가 너무 넓은 게 문제예요. 어디서부터 들어가야 할지.
We would begin with the one who's in the building with us. Everyone seemed to agree, but it didn't progress any further. 1 billion years has passed while I was waiting for you. Talk to people about that. Total number of staff members is quite large. Actually, we can significantly narrow it down. Rule out all the staff members working at the site. Sungyeon showed up at around 12:20 a.m., about 1 hour after the accident. You can identify the missing, and the list of staff names didn't match. Rescue people must have gone to the hospital, gone through an ID check, or talked with the rescue team or policemen. It was not a peaceful time to be making a fuss on Vader. Then, this staff member, Sungyeon, was not on site. Broadcasting station staff, contractors, or part-timer, on and on and on. Okay, so we're coming back to the person who was fired. Someone who's got a lot to lose wouldn't do such a thing. You're more familiar with the processes within the broadcasting station. While I'm at it, I'll give you another hint. Something with the personality of Sungyeon. Do you think they're impulsive or well-organized? Raise that to ask a question.
S승연 충동적으로 나타났을까요? 아니면 계획적으로?
딱 잘라 말하긴 어렵지만 충동적인 것 같아.
난 계획적인 것 같아. 혜성이 사건까지 생각하면
서혜성 글 쓴 거 보고 튀어나온 것 같기도 하고.
계획 아니야? 사진 퍼올리고 예고까지 하는데.
Oh fuck, we have to make a oh, we haven't had a time decision yet. I think they're meticulous more so than I think Essingen is well organized. Sad. Well organized to what degree? The destruction of the stage was planned. This person is basically a terrorist. Looking at things, Essingen must be a loser at home using this tragedy only to fulfill their twisted ego. The group seemed to believe that Essingen was rather impulsive.
무대
Okay.
사진 처음엔 엄청 놀랐는데 지금 보면 몰리다 꺼낸 카드야. 나름 순발력 있네. 개 놀랐는데.
충동적인 만큼 치밀하진 못했다는 건가?
충동적인 거면 뭐가 달라지는데요?
If Essingen is an impulsive person, her provocative strategy will work well on him. We've got 2 leads so far. First, by putting consistent pressure on Essingen, they made a mistake of not erasing the time on metadata part. From that mistake, we could infer that the photo was stolen from a watch in your place. The other one is our main challenge. There must be extra clues in Essingen's many unplanned posts. Let's figure it out. Oh wait, 10. So that's, wait, no, that's a different password. But similar enough. How did you do that on Fader? I didn't add you. Come on, you shared with me the account and the password. You can use multiple accounts on PC. That's not important at the moment. Assume that Essingen is someone you already know. With that in mind, read their posts again to find out anything suspicious. Review their earlier ones, they must have given more clues. Hello, I'm Seung-yeon Shin, the chief producer of Beastars, rest assured. The top 5 contestants are showing no remorse and are talking mindlessly without knowing that they are trapped there for punishment. They left me to die, but will pretend as if nothing bad happened after they are rescued and continue to deceive their fans. Write the impersonation of the producer. Just assume those posts were written by someone you know well. What comes to your mind? His false accusation that we left the producer to die is a bit off. Interesting. He's gonna say I'm wrong again. You're more concerned with getting no blame yourself. Anyways, let's remove the impersonated name. In the sentence saying that you should be held responsible for leaving Seung-yeon to die, omit the Seung-yeon part. It's impossible for Seung-yeon to know if she was left out to die or not. From that statement, we can safely infer that Seung-yeon is projecting their own experience into this matter. The survivors left me to die. Seung-yeon made their first appearance around 12:20 a.m. Seung-yeon's death was made public after that. To whom did you report her death? The rescue team? Beastars. They were the first to be contacted. Interesting. That means Beastars is the first. The official account manager of Beastars posted the news at nearly the same time. Okay, we're on the right track. As Seung-yeon stayed anonymous for fear of legal accusation or refutation. Seung-yeon was afraid of being bashed by the public when their identity was revealed. That's why that dumb Seung-yeon decided to use a fake name. A name to give themselves some authority. That was Seung-yeon Shin's name. I mean, their username has also always been at Beastar, or like BS Annihilation or whatever, which, you know what I'm saying. Now it's your turn to help me. Don't make me do the whole thing. Soon came the Seung-yeon post that Plughole shared. Be punished for what they've done. Heisen can survive the audition only because Seung-yeon backed off and Einha looked mysterious and like his shameful past had been hidden. Doyen's fans are struggling to protect him. I understand you want to believe what you want, but that might put you in trouble. Again, I love that we've got like tweets from other users just like getting in the way of it. You're working the scandal and you have to use your weak spots. I didn't know you could. I didn't expect you to do that. It was some. It's the guy who was let go. Been a while. Missed me, didn't you?
감에 같은 소리 하네.
Not so much. It's okay to be honest with me, dude. Anyway, let's continue our investigation. We will discuss and get to the conclusion. You decided to calmly mention some things that disturbed him.
해보자.
Alright, we're running out of time. Singer disclosed some past stories of B-stars like team mission of Hyosung and Hyosung school violence and an affair between Hyosung and a dancer. Checked the fact about the scandal and found he was simply framed by others. The scandal happened between the 6th and 9th episodes. Hyosung didn't mention anything before or after those episodes. They could be one of the staff members who worked during that period, or just wanted to harass Hyosung online. Should present a new keyword. When Hyosung mentions Jo-young or you, Singer is most likely to call you by your well-known titles, the Runaway and Betrayer. Do-young Han the Betrayer, sounds dope, huh? I don't think so. Anyway, the reason Hyosung uses those titles is not only because of the show's controversial nature, but because of their personal emotion. Maybe they thought you guys would empathize, or they're probably supposed to be empathize with them. Since you're indie band and Jo-young had already been in the industry for a while, Hyosung could have been your fan. Who knows? You know about reciprocity. As much as Hyosung cared about her celeb, they expected the celeb to show them an equal amount of interest. So they're a deranged stan. Sometimes people feel betrayed when their celeb doesn't recognize them, right? From fan to hater, they might be a fan of at least one of us. New keyword. Regarding Hyosung's blame on Guy Hayek for his rich family background, Hyosung's just going along with public opinion, I think. But nonetheless, they couldn't fully hide their jealousy. Mr. Guy Hayek Lee, I mean, wow, it feels quite natural to attach the prefix Mr. to this rich guy. The public image of Guy Hayek is enough to arouse jealousy from many. His talent, personality, family background, etc. I'm getting jealous too. Come on, don't pretend like you aren't. Anyway, Hyosung seems to know about the hidden story from Guy Hayek's scholarship. From Hyosung's sarcastic tone on the criticism of the scholarship, I can sense that they are a university student of a similar age as Guy Hayek's. Or maybe that was the only thing they could get or use to get on Guy Hayek's nerve. No, there's more to get on his nerve. We should present a new keyword. Oh, it keeps all of... Oh. Already dug an escape hole by disguising their IP address and using a fake name. I think Hyosung will stop or miss the timing of when to stop. Hyosung reacted impulsively, but that was not a no-brainer. Hyosung must have learned from his own past experiences like counterblow or backfire. Anger is felt. Seems dogging himself under that name and made him so resentful to claim they left to die. New keyword. I am dead. Someone already knew of the producer's death before the news was out. The official Beastars account that announced her death almost at the same time. It must have been kept secret. You see what I'm trying to get at here? I hope you do. Or you don't. I do know. Fantastic. The official account already knew about her death but was waiting for the announcement timing of public news. There must have been a chat room or social network dedicated to the Beastars staff. They must have heard about her death and been warned not to disclose it before the public broadcast. Except any staff members who weren't in the chat, the current staff members must have known about it. That's it for now. I'll be boxing with Eslingan again. So ominous to have Jung's face just sitting there in the background. Making Eslingan reveal more and more while exchanging punches. Hope Eslingan gives out a crucial clue. How are you gonna provoke them? Even at their weak spots, such as their own ego or complex. If I keep bringing up every past issue that's been caused by the staff members, Eslingan might react strongly to one of them. You know what that means. Which one do you think will be more effective? I'll leave that to you. Now go talk to your friends like a great detective. Meantime, I'll be boxing with Sungyeon. Go, go, go. After finishing his story, Dogen raised his head.
너 2대 페이터 스타가 되려는 건 아니지?
S 승연 때문에 초조하시겠지만요.
도윤아, 배터리를 아껴. 꺼져버릴지도 몰라.
혹시 힌트가 될 만한 걸 찾았어?
네. 지금부터 S 승연을 추적해볼 생각이에요. 그걸 위해서 얘기 좀 해봐요, 우리.
Identifying identity. Alright, I think that's what we're gonna call it for this evening, just because it feels like a natural stopping point, otherwise we're gonna be here for at least another hour. Yeah, I just love this fucking game. It's so good. Head to the main menu. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, whether you're here for some of the stream, all the stream bits and pieces, etc., etc. I know it's getting good. We gotta leave it on a cliffhanger so you guys come back next week. Which, speaking of, just like every week, we're gonna stream this on Thursday next week, same time. The VoD for it's gonna go live. I've started having the VoDs go live in the morning after the stream instead of 24 hours later, because I feel like it doesn't really make sense to have a VoD go live at the same time that I'm supposed to be streaming. So they should be going live usually about 12 hours after the stream ends, kind of thing. But yeah, I think I love this game so much. It's so good. It's so much fun. It's so enjoyable. It's so well written. Like, I just really, really enjoy it. And I can't wait to see more. Alright, we're gonna see who we can raid out to really quickly. Get this. Who is live right now that we should raid into? Oh, wait. Oh, that might be why. Let's see. Fuck, would be a good one. I don't want to raid the same people all the time. You know what, let's raid Demi. I feel like it's been a little bit since we raided Demi, right? Alright, Demi is playing Alan Wake Remastered. They're the lovely sweethearts, so be sure to say hi to them when you go there. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow we're going to be playing some Overwatch, probably just hang out. On Saturday, I am going to be on my friend Ash Rixie's channel to do Booze and BL. I'm not very familiar with BL. I am very familiar with Booze. And so we're going to be getting drunk, and he's going to be educating me about all the fun stuff that I should know about the field, which I am very excited for, because we've talked about doing a stream like that for a little bit, and he's very excited for it, and I'm very excited for it, and it'll be fun to hang out. So be sure to stick around. I don't think I'll be streaming that. It'll just be on Ash's channel, but I'll be sure to post about it when it happens. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to say hi to Demi, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Bye!